I know. I heard what you said, and
But I think we should move on. But
whatever.
I didn't say
Yeah, I
it was
think
bad.
I think we should
it
definitely
sounds
move
good. Everything's fine. Technology is awesome. Rah!
on. Yeah, it is. Don't you just love
Yeah,
it?
is. All right, are we
I
on the
love
YouTubes?
technology.
I think so.
Loving it.
All right, it looks like we are up. Okay, so we're ready to begin then.
I think so.
Begin.
Let's start the motherfucking show, bitch.
Here we go, people.
Through your town like your neighborhood Spider-Man.
Welcome yo to the veteran gamers. Juju, Genie, other fellas will tell you about every single game that you're playing this week. News, reviews, and an indie.
No one can climb a rope. It's physically impossible.
Here comes Juke with the soundbite saviors.
But she's got a new
It's the
hat.
veteran gamers. It's the veteran gamers.
But she's got a new hat.
Veteran gamers. It's the
She's got a new
veteran
hat.
gamers.
So, ain't you guys gonna ask me about my hat?
Your attention,
Switch
please.
that console
At this
up
time, all
before you
cell
have
phones
to
must be
press
stored in a
P.
pocket or
No.
bag. Thank you.
Stop! He's already dead.
Hello and welcome to episode 735 of the Veteran Gamers podcast.
Yay! This is so 735.
735, that's it.
I'm
Yeah,
Duke.
well done. I'm Stu.
And I'm Chinny, and you played about 3 new sound effects in that intro, and I hated them.
Yeah.
Well, I know you hate when I play a song on top of a song, and I shouldn't have
Yeah.
done that.
Yeah.
But apart from that, I don't think
Too much, man.
I mean,
you
I guess
shouldn't
some of
clash
them are-
lyrics. What is the matter
You're
with
right,
you?
I shouldn't. Absolutely. On the other hand,
Stu, you are wrong.
I like that one. I like that one.
and also here's another sound clip.
Quiet, Teddy.
So
Yeah,
why
I
don't
like
you be
that,
quiet,
Baz.
Chinny, and Stu,
Yeah.
you stop being wrong.
I'll try not to be wrong in
So,
future.
another week.
Welcome, listeners. We are not military veterans. We're veterans of the gaming lifestyle.
Yeah, and this podcast shit, so turn it off. So another
Yeah,
week.
it is terrible.
Another week, another birthday gift I received.
Oh,
Hey-o.
Oh, happy
Aw,
birthday.
How many birthdays you got?
Happy birthday to you.
Well, the Duchess ordered this before my birthday, and then it didn't arrive until after our show.
Oh,
so
yeah, the blow up doll.
yeah,
Yeah, it is.
right. No, but it does have 2 components to it.
I bet
Wow.
it does.
Packaging,
These
and then there's
blow-up
the
dolls
actual
too.
product.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no, there's the packaging of this gift and the product. Here's the packaging. You ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it's got a Simpsons
Look
box.
at that
A
box.
Simpsons box.
It's a Simpsons box. And when you open it, check it. When you open it, it's not just any box. Here, look.
Oh, here we
Okay,
go.
here we go. Well, when you open it, it gives you
Ah,
the
it's like
family
this-
on the
this-
couch there.
it's-
It's like a
Ah.
diorama.
Yeah, it's
What's
like
a diorama?
it's a 3D pop-up of the couch scene. And is
That's
it socks?
right.
Is it socks?
It is socks.
Oh,
Yes.
brilliant.
Look, there's
Nice.
one pair of socks. Awesome with the Simpsons black on yellow.
Good stuff.
There's this one, which sort of is Halloween colors, but it's not Halloween themed. It's just Simpsons in like purple and
Sure,
green on
yeah.
like a
Yeah,
dark,
yeah,
black,
liking
dark
that,
blue.
liking them.
We are a video game
this is
podcast,
sort of
by
the-
the way. Yeah.
I
Carry
know.
on.
Yeah, we are.
That's all right. Whatever. Who cares? This is kind of the inverse of that. It's like cream color with the various
Yeah.
Simpsons family members on, various colors. And then my favorite of the 4 is this pair with the
Ah.
Simpsons logo on
Cloud.
cloud socks. Like,
nice.
Oh yeah,
Good
baby.
stuff.
So I wore those this past week, and I had to bring the box down to show you all.
Oh, that's
Very
good.
nice.
I suppose I'll
very
keep them
nice.
in the box, even though it's kind of impractical.
Can we just
but-
say there
yeah,
is-
Thanks,
there
Duchess.
is-
Amazing.
Simpsons Hit and Run, which is a very good video game. So it is
It
kind
is a
of
good
video game.
yes.
Video game.
Not as good as
related.
Simpsons skateboarding, but it's a good.
No, but you know, there's various.
I'm
Simpsons
joking. Most
games.
people consider skateboarding to be terrible.
Yeah, well,
Hit
you
and Run's the
loved it.
only game that ever gets love over time, but yeah.
Hmm.
But I did like Simpsons skateboarding. I'm a weirdo.
So there you go. There are Simpsons.
How about
games that are
y'all? How's your week been?
Uh,
good. Wow, I'm liking that you're looking interested with your face on your hand. I guess That's
I'm
what
good
you
at
want.
looking interested.
You
As
are
for
good at
whether I'm
looking
actually
interested.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah,
I
who
am
knows?
actually. I'm curious. Jenny, how's the baby? No one cares about you or Tara anymore. We
No.
only want to know about the
Yeah,
baby.
how's Rosa?
She's her new thing is we got her a chair, like a
Chair?
like a stand up, like a high chair sort of thing for the kitchen because Rosa likes to just look at stuff. She loves looking
Yeah,
at
knows
people.
what wants to know what's going
yeah,
on.
Yeah, she doesn't like lying on her back. She gets pissed off. So if you sit her up, she's sort of happy. So she's like, Oh, okay. So
Nice.
you know, the morning. So this morning, I Tara had a lie-in. I had her this morning, and you know, I put her in that chair. I made some breakfast, made myself a cup of tea, and she was fine. She was just chilling out. So that's her new thing. She loves
Nice.
that. She was Tara's brother's birthday yesterday, so her uncle Nathaniel had a
Happy birthday,
birthday.
Simeon.
No, this is Nathaniel. This is a different brother.
Oh, Nathaniel. Sorry. Happy birthday, Nathaniel.
And so he turned an age, which I won't mention, because he's bigger
Sure.
than me. And
Yeah.
and so you know, he just loved it. He just had his little niece around. He's got a daughter as well, and you know, it's all good and stuff.
Yay, family time.
So that's her new thing is sitting in that chair, loving it, and. Don't know, just
Everybody
dribbling.
gathering around,
She's
telling her
oh
how
yeah,
cute she is.
she's dribbling a lot, so we think she's teething. So
Okay.
she's dribbling loads. So that's baby news. We need a jingle for
Word.
Yeah, we
baby
do.
news.
Baby news.
Baby news. Baby news.
And any Chinitara news?
We're expecting. No, we're not.
Oh God, that would be a shocker. That would.
Just got done recovering.
Hey, you
from-
joking, buddy? It happens. It
Yeah.
happens.
Oh yeah.
Does.
Apparently, that first egg after pregnancy is a right hoe.
Yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Just, yeah. It'll just.
Yeah, it
it'll
happens.
It
It self-fertilizes. You don't even need anything.
It's so common apparently. Like midwives warn you about it. They say like just to let you know, like a lot of mums get pregnant very very quickly because
Super fertile.
yeah.
I did not know.
Yep, apparently it's a thing. Anywho, yeah, that's the baby news.
Yeah.
So
Any stew news?
I don't think there is actually. I don't think I've got
oh
anything.
thank God.
I know.
Goodness.
I'm out of news.
We can move right
Come
into
on,
the story
please.
time then.
Do
Yeah,
it.
I guess.
We haven't
My
got-
favorite time. It's story time.
Story time.
Hold on. So
So,
now we got now we
Saturdays.
got news and now we
And
got
story
story
time.
time.
I thought I'm having a
Fuck is
story
this?
time. I'm confused.
Yeah, I
now.
should have started the story time jingle before I showed off the socks.
Yeah.
Whatever. Saturday is my one day off. I have to grade papers on Sundays, most Sundays, many Sundays.
I'm guessing that
So
everything
Saturday's the
went
one-
really well on Saturday and there was no
It went
issue.
beautifully. It was great. I got a beautiful day off and I relaxed and everything was leisurely.
Nice.
Fucking Xbox Game Pass the Xbox app just would not open on my PC. Like,
Oh
what?
my
The
God.
gods of technology just hate me. And upstairs on the TV, the Google Chromecast, everything's real quiet for some reason. Now,
Weird.
granted, on that, you know, it's an older TV. The goddamn audio receiver that it's plugged into, I literally bought when I was in high school. So, like, we're talking 1995. Like, it was a long time ago.
Hey,
so
it's lasted
it may
well.
be
You got your
time to get-
money's worth. You got your money's worth.
But again, like, why does it work sometimes and not others? And it's not the receiver that was messed up. I mean, so far as I could tell. So, anyway, whatever. That's beside the point. Xbox, click it, the screen goes black for a second, and then it just quits.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, what the fuck? So I'm looking online, right? And there's like threads here, threads there.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, try this, try this, try this, try this. One exchange, this guy was so patient with the people on the Microsoft forums. And they were like, you know how it is on forums. First of all, they make these poor employees write an entire goddamn novel like, hello, Michael. Thank you for telling us about your problem. If you'd be so kind as to provide us with the following information, we'd be glad to help you find a solution. Have you tried this?
Do you want my
And, like,
blood? Do you want my blood?
like back and forth for like 5 pages, not kidding. She's like, try this. And he's like, all right, I tried that and it didn't work. Now what? She's like, try this. He's like, all right, I did this,
Have
and
you
this.
tried-
Now what?
Stabbing yourself?
yeah, maybe that'll work.
Shoving up your ass. And the people on the forums, the employees can't give up. They can't be like, well, I don't know, you're fucked, right? So it's just all this stuff back for 5 pages, and I'm reading it all. I'm like, well, and, you know, one of them is like, try to reinstall Windows, and of course I just did that like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, you definitely don't
Not
want to do
doing
that again. Not a chance.
Hell no, I'm not doing that again. And I worked at an internet company. When we had someone on the phone and we knew it was going to be some confusing problem that we didn't know how to fix, we'd just be like, I think you need to reinstall your operating system. Like that was what you said to get people to fuck off, right? So he did
Yeah.
that, and it was like back and forth, all this stuff. So anyway, I was just like, and it ended up with the guy saying like, this is your last chance to help me. Otherwise, I'm going to cancel my Game Pass. And like, she gave him one more thing to try. And then the next post from her was like, we haven't heard from you in 72 hours. We assume this means you've resolved your problem. We are closing the thread. And I'm like, no, I think it means that homeboy just canceled Game Pass and said, fuck y'all. So I was despairing of ever getting this sorted. And I'm wondering like, okay, Should I cancel Game Pass? Does that mean I'm never going to play Starfield until it's for sale for like $10 on Steam? What about my EA games that I'm playing through Game Pass? I just want to play some games on my Saturday off. And then I found this Reddit post where this person's like, hey, here's how you do it. Like, you go into your Windows shell executable and just type this in, and then it'll uninstall gaming processes, and then you reinstall it, and that'll work. And there's like 10 responses that are like, this worked. I tried everything. Thank you so much. So I'm like, all right, I'm worried about uninstalling gaming processes. Like, who knows if that might break Steam or something, right? But I was like, hopefully it won't do anything too bad. I'll try it. I tried it and it worked.
Wow.
Everything's fine now. Now, here's the thing. Why the fuck can't Microsoft be like, oh, it sounds like this is the gaming services problem. Try this. Why was there some random idiot on Reddit talking about, here's what you should do?
Also, why did it break in the first place? What happened?
Exactly. I
What
didn't do
happened?
any, and that was
That's
on
what
the
I mean.
Microsoft forums. She's like, did you add any new programs? Did you change anything? And I know, again, having worked at an internet company, you ask people like, have you added any new peripherals to the machine? They'll go, no. They just, you know, a lot of customers are like, no, and they're going to instantly cut off a line of inquiry that could yield results, right? And then eventually, after half an hour of talking to them, they're like, all right, so let me ask you this. I just added a printer. I was like, motherfucker, you just told me you didn't add any peripherals. So I know that sometimes people do things that cause stuff to break and they don't want to admit it or whatever. But in this case, yeah, you're right, Shinny, Stu, whatever your name is. I didn't do anything. It makes no sense that it just stopped working. So the fact that it stopped working, I was just like, nah.
Do you know what? So, I mean, it's like I said the other week. This is the problem with PCs in general, because quite often something goes wrong with them and you have no idea where to start. And there's a million and one people have a million and one ideas of how to fix stuff, but none of that stuff probably works. It's mad.
And it seems to me like, especially with like the Windows operating system, you know, I didn't even get an error message. So it seems to me like when anything goes wrong, and again, I know nothing about programming, certainly nothing about programming operating systems, but it seems to me like you could build something into an operating system or a piece of software like Xbox on the PC that when something goes wrong, it just always throws up an error message that fucking means something that the user can do something with. And then there's a database online that's like, here's what this means, and try this step and then this step and then this step.
It's like
that
I've got a
seem
weird
outside
thing.
the realm of possibility.
I've got a weird thing at the moment with my PC, and I thought I'd fixed it. Right, but when I started up, sometimes it takes it was taking ages for the screen to come on, and I'm like, what the hell's going on here? So someone had suggested looking at what starts up at startup. You know, what programs does it preload?
Right.
Like
Yeah, you want to take off everything that's not essential.
Yeah. So I stopped it preloading Discord, and that seemed to fix it. It was super quick. And then tonight, when I turned it on, it was all slow again for some reason. And it was totally.
See, at this point,
I'm like, what is going on?
I turn it on, and then I go make a cup of tea or something, because I'm like, you take all the time you need. As long as you eventually start up, I'm cool. So
yeah, but there's definitely
ridiculous.
something. There's something causing that.
Yeah,
But
right. Exactly.
what it is could be anybody's guess. What could it? Who knows?
And it's probably something to do with one of the Windows updates. Are you Windows 10 or 11?
11.
See, I'm 10, and so I don't know. Whatever. Chinny, how's your PC?
Fine.
Fine. I knew you were gonna say that, fucker.
See, at least
Hi,
yours
James.
works.
Hi, Sean.
At least yours
Yeah,
works.
exactly. All right, that's all I had for Technical Headache Corner this week. Anybody
Technical
else got a fun story
headache
to tell?
corner.
On the Twitch,
start-
on Twitch, OG Micropeen.
Micro P.
That's a very bold username. I'll give you credit for being
Micro
honest about who you are.
penis.
So he says PC is associated with woke now, and nobody hates
What?
woke more than Bill Cosby. What are people on?
What does that even mean?
What are you talking about?
It means he's trying to get attention by
What is
writing
word?
stuff that's
Are you
ridiculous.
high?
I think he might be.
Sean says.
You should explain.
Sean says, Chinny with the slick hair tonight and mood lighting. OnlyFans recording
Yeah.
before the show started.
Yeah,
Yes.
that's probably true.
Absolutely.
Probably true.
It is slick.
My hair's long again-ish. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
that long.
we're competing now. Who
Yeah,
can get the
yours
longest?
is yours
hair?
is longer than mine.
I think I'm gonna get the
Yeah, it
longest
is.
hair.
I think mine's longer.
The way I
Bit
wear my
about-
headphones,
Oh,
it sort of
that's
looks
pretty
like
long.
I look like I'm an extra in The Sopranos or something.
Yeah, a
It
bit
looks
of a
like you got
quip.
like a dented head or
Bit of a
something.
Yeah.
quip going on.
So
Troglodyte.
yeah, I don't know.
What is it with the red light? I
way
like
it
the
is.
red lighting, but it does look like
Yeah,
trying to get people to come up and pay you a visit up in the room up there.
Oh, yeah,
then
it is.
OG Microbrain said
In
Chinny
Amsterdam.
could get it, and I don't know if he's talking about the OnlyFans there, but
Yeah, you can get
Hey,
it.
He probably could. You probably could.
I'll take
It's on
take
on
any.
Parks and Rec.
He's a good-looking
Dothraki
nerd,
can
is he?
get it.
Good-looking
I'll take
nerd.
anything I can get, to be honest.
Yeah.
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 So yeah, OnlyFans story.
Sexy and I know it.
That's a depressing thought, isn't it? The veteran gamers OnlyFans. Oh
Yeah,
No,
that's
man, hey,
definitely
they'll
not.
give us money for Patreon. They'll give us
Well,
twice as
that's
much for
true.
naked
yeah.
Patreon.
Naked
Oh, boy.
Chinny.
That's what
About
OnlyFans
our
is.
Patreon, by the way, I know there's some T-shirts I still need to send out. So if you haven't got yours
Yeah, you
yet,
do.
Well,
soz.
Lazy.
But
I'll tell you what. I've just got an image of Chinny cavorting his budgie smugglers, and I'm like, that is not an image. You
What we
want
ought to
in
do
your
is
head,
we ought to
it?
be like OnlyFans account, hot action, and then like it's just like a cup of tea steaming. It's like, look at that hot action. Like the
There
worst
you
content
go.
ever, and see if people actually subscribe.
don't worry, Eric. We're already creating the worst content ever.
Yeah, that
here.
is
Yes, we
true.
are.
That is true.
It's fine.
We don't need only fans
podcast
to do that. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah,
right, are
I
we
mean,
ready to talk about video
can we just
games?
say Sean says Patreon special coming up. Yeah, there you go.
No, yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Special for the Patreon.
knows?
Where are you going?
Story time's over, isn't it?
What you been playing?
Special short version of the theme this week. Why not?
Why not? It's a very short version.
starting?
That is.
I think Stu's got the most games to talk about.
Okay, well, guess what,
Who's gonna
people?
start?
Guess
What,
what?
what?
I am.
We're playing French climbing game.
I'm on a roll. Can I just say?
Oh,
I am
est-ce que
on
tu
a-
as fini
on a
le
roll
jeu de
because I
climbing?
fini just on.
Oh.
Yeah, I finished it. So done. Jobs are good. And yeah, I really like this game. It was really, really good.
Just
Uh,
on.
it- Just on.
You're on a roll, aren't you? You finished.
I'm on a roll.
you
3
finished your
games I've
game.
finished this year already. 3
Three
games.
Jesus Christ! It's almost
quite
a game
impressive,
in
isn't it?
every bloody episode we do. Almost.
Yeah, I'm doing pretty well, and I've got another one on a roll as well. So you know, we're ready for next week to finish.
So you
Um,
know when you say something about Stu and he says, "I don't care what people say," because I said to him, "Oh, you never finish games," so he does care what people say.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Sorry, I've just seen the latest comment from OG Micro.
It's not going to be great, is it?
No.
He's trying to get attention by being
You want to
weird and
know?
random and
Are we
gross.
gonna
No,
read this?
I've read it. I've read
Since
it.
you mentioned either just read it out or just keep moving.
What do you think?
Yeah, no, we'll carry on.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay,
just
carry on. Just
guys, just
Jeffrey
on.
Epstein
on.
and Stephen Hawkins is mentioned in the same sentence. Put it that
Yeah,
way.
it
Oh,
is.
that's great.
There it is.
Skip it. Move on. Don't reward gross.
I'm sorry.
randomness.
I'm sorry. He's got to keep doing it
Comment
because
ça
he
va,
keeps
les
laughing as well.
Jussons?
I'm
Dis-moi-
encouraging it
dis
with
plus
laughter.
au sujet de
Um,
Jusson.
Anyway, Jusson is
Jusson.
great. I mean, it keeps on evolving right up until the end of the game, and I really like that. It never got
Oh.
like lazy or had the same mechanics all the way through. I mean, what's kind of
that's
cool at the
nice.
very end of the game, there's a part of it where you sort of it doesn't all come together, but it gives you this like kind of really cool challenge where you use all the skills you've kind of learned throughout playing the game, and I really like games that do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That go right. You've learned all this shit. Now it's a bit like the Portal. Like Portal at the
As
end.
long as they don't throw in too many variables all at once.
No,
that
it
bugs
doesn't,
the
and
hell
it
out of me.
doesn't do. It just does this
Right.
cool thing where it keeps you on the edge and it makes you really work for that last part of the game, and it's like just so cool.
Down the edge.
I mean, the story's completely told through all the sort of literature and sort of messages that people leave for each other that you find throughout the game. And I really like
what
that way.
happened?
Well, it's still a bit vague, to be honest. I still don't know what happened to it.
On
I
ne
don't know
savait
where.
pas jamais. Il n'y a pas de show.
I still don't know where everybody
Close.
went. I still don't know where everybody went.
Oh, well, then you
The
didn't read all
most-
the things. It sounds
Blackpool.
Well, I sort of
Blackpool.
did. I sort of
Like. They
did.
went to Blackpool.
But it's a bit weird. The most I can glean, I don't know whether this is right, and I don't know whether this is what it means. But part of me thinks like the boy, like everybody left and went back to, when all the sort of water receded and disappeared. Everybody went back down to the ground to try and find
Okay.
more water because obviously all the water had dried up and they had no water. And he's
No
kind
water?
of no water. And he's kind of come back to investigate it. You know what I mean? See what he
Yeah.
can find. I don't know. I don't know whether that's true or whether that's what it all means. But
I thought there was going to be some plot summary on Wikipedia. There ain't shit.
No, and there's kind of there'll be someone who's obviously, what does the ending mean, or what does the game mean? Someone will have come up
Well,
with.
tell us what happens at the end, and we want to know. I'm never going to play this.
But it is cool. It reminded me a bit of Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. You remember this game?
Yeah.
Where it's like a little Somerset village, and everybody had disappeared, and you didn't really know what had happened to anyone, and you got these kind of echoes that you listen to. You know, it's by that great company that made Dear Esther. So, superb game. But yeah, it reminded me
Is
a
this
lot
the
of
same
that.
people?
No. This is Don't Nod, believe it or not. It did Life is Strange.
Ah.
So this is by them.
Right. What? This says, sorry, hang on a second. We're going to talk about some spoilers for Jusant, so be careful, people.
Warning.
I'm doing a Google search because I'm curious to know what the story is. And it starts by saying, in Jusant, the world has stopped turning, meaning the sun is stuck in one position. I didn't realize
I didn't realize that when I was playing it. There's nothing that tells you that's
the start
happened.
of this description, and it's like, oh, okay. Side effect is a complete lack of rain.
Yeah, so there is a complete lack of rain. That's very, very true. But it is. I like the sort of the mystery, the sort of Marie Celeste feel about the game. Like everyone just put stuff down and just went. You know what I mean? It's like abruptly, sort of just suddenly left. And there's all these sort of, in Everybody's Gone to the Rapture, it's these echoes of people that you hear conversations that they had before they disappeared. Whereas in this, it's kind of letters they've left behind, or like their version of emails. And correspondence with each other, and I just like the way of storytelling. I quite like the way it's done, and it's really cool. Although, like I said, I'm still not 100% sure what all of it means.
Do you know when you said it's like their version of emails? Do you get any spam ones? Like
no, there were no spam.
Like,
no,
dearest Martha, I want you to know that there are ways for you to make your boobs bigger. I guess that's not a thing, right? Only guys make your dick bigger.
Yeah.
Dearest Frederick, I want you to know there are ways to make your penis bigger. Just send me $5 and I'll tell you all about it.
Now, this may seem unlikely, but I am a prince from a country in Africa.
From the bottom of the spire.
And all I need is to move some fortune around, and I need someone in the UK to believe me. I will leave this shell at the top of the tower thing, and hopefully someone will find it. I've done with this, Stu. You can carry on talking now. I'm at a dead end.
Fine.
I'm at a dead end.
This is, as far as you two go, this is what I think Duke would hate this.
Yeah.
Duke would hate it.
Yeah.
I think Chinny, I think you would like the mechanics of the game.
Yeah.
I think you would like how it plays and how much fun it is to sort of the challenge of the climbing and working out where you need to go and how you can get to the next
Because
point.
that's an actual game, isn't it?
That's an actual game. But I think you would hate all the reading. I think you would just skip all that shit. And
I would. Yeah. Yeah.
So that's how I feel.
I don't even read like real emails.
No, exactly.
You owe this massive fine by HMRC. I'm like, just forget it, delete it.
Yeah, forget it.
Don't worry about it.
Whereas myself, I actually enjoyed both gameplay and the reading stuff. So I enjoyed it as a whole. And I think it works really, really well. I think it's such a brilliant game. And even the environments, there's some really cool bits in towards the end of the game where you're more inside than outside. And it's all the, when you get that sort of all the plants are glowing and all that kind of jive in the caves and stuff. And there's a lot of that. And it's just cool aesthetics. And I think everything about it was great. The music was really cool. The aesthetics are cool. The story, as obtuse as it is still kind of cool, even though I still don't really fully know what went on. But yeah, no, I loved it. I think it's a great game. Definitely give it a thumbs up, and everyone should give it a go.
So according to this thing I'm reading, and again, like major spoilers for
Jusant.
Warning.
When you're at the top of the tower, you find a pillar which points directly at a giant sphere of water which was hidden from the ground by the clouds. With the help of your almost frozen baby ballast, and there's these creatures called ballast, you are able to awaken the last lighthouse, which leads to it finally raining. This then awakens the other ballasts that have been hiding, and your baby ballast flies off to join them. The final part of the tower being activated can be assumed to have started the world's rotation again, and the ballasts will be able to help spread water around like they used to.
Yeah, so you basically saved the world. It's quite a big responsibility when you think about it.
I love how you played this game and you still don't know what the story is.
No,
That's
I knew.
Another reason I would not like this game.
this is kind of what I said. I understood the
I'm
ending.
not taking a dig at you. I'm taking a dig
I'm
at the game.
still not fully sure where everybody else is though. What happened to everybody who were
Yeah.
living in this?
I
on
mean,
this massive mountain.
since I got
They're on
all
a
dead.
they're on a health and safety course.
Yeah,
No,
maybe
they're
that's what it-
they're at a resort right around the corner when you get up to the top. And they're,
Yeah,
hey,
I
you
mean-
made it. What's
I
up?
mean, I
Pass the
know-
margaritas."
You know, the rain and the baby ballast and all. I know all that stuff because obviously I finished the game. But I didn't. What I don't understand is what happened to everybody else. Where is everybody? Where did they
They're
go?
dead.
Where did they go? Where are they?
Dead. They went to
Dead.
dead.
Dead. But I mean, there's quite some interesting, like some of the story bits where people have tried to do what he did and failed. You know, like come back and
Yeah.
they didn't make it. So it is kind of cool. So there was like, you know, there's a little bit of history and stuff that other, you know, it's been attempted before and they didn't make it to the top. It's just cool. Anyway, I have nothing else to say. I'm done.
Okay. Thank you for sharing that.
You said a lot about that game just because it's just climbing shit. Do you know what I mean?
It is just climbing
It's
shit.
just
but
climbing
it's-
shit, Stu,
it's-
and you
it's
just
just
talked about
climbing
it for
shit,
fucking.
which is fine.
You've talked about it for 4 episodes, like 20 minutes each. That's a
I
lot.
know. So good though.
It's amazing,
Yeah,
isn't
but
it?
it's just it's the way that like,
I'm
they
more
keep
impressed
throwing
by
new things in.
Stu's talent to talk about
Yeah,
climbing stuff.
yeah. To talk
Stu's
about a climbing game.
determination
Because my
to
description
yammer.
would be you just go up. Look,
What'd you do this week, Chinny? We went
we
up.
just kept on going up.
climbed.
Like every time I
Yeah.
play,
No, no, it's kind of
every time I play a clip of this.
Sometimes
thing,
you go through
all
a
right,
little cave.
all
Chinny.
right,
It's not
Stu,
always
yeah.
just climbing
Yeah,
up.
sometimes you go sideways.
Sometimes
as
you go
well.
sideways or you're in
I
a
know.
cave, and then you still go
Sometimes you go
up.
sideways.
Right.
This racing game. Sometimes you don't drive straight ahead.
Sometimes
you go to the right. Like,
sideways.
Not in NASCAR, you know. You just go
like Paul
left.
Giamatti.
Yeah.
Get it sideways.
No, I have no idea what that was, Duke. Again,
Paul Giamatti was in a movie called Sideways.
we
Watch
need a
better
jingle
movies.
that says another reference by Duke that no one understands. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
I'm making a time code mark
There you go.
3228.
Oh god.
There you go.
Brilliant. Well, I'm glad that you finished another game, Stuart. What video game are you currently setting your sights to finish next? That's the hot topic.
Well, I will be talking about this because I am playing it currently.
Just talk about it now. Like we don't
No,
know.
I'm not moving on. I'm not.
have
no
no
It wants to be a
rules.
surprise.
You don't know rules.
They've heard enough of my
I will
voice.
I'll
come
tell you
back
what,
to him.
somebody's
It's fine,
driving-
Chinny.
Somebody's
Your
driving,
turn.
listening to this podcast, going, "Oh my god, I wonder what she's gonna say." Look, oh god, I can't.
I know, bated breath.
No, it is
Dave,
the reveal though.
Dave,
It's,
Can you get out the
yeah.
car? Look, you've got to go to work. I can't. I've got to carry on listening to the show. I've got
fast
to.
forward till we find out.
What-
Look at
what-
the show notes.
What's
Exactly.
what's
You've gotta
happening?
keep people listening.
What's
You've gotta keep
happening?
people
Stu's about to
listening.
announce what game he's playing. I'll get in the car.
Exactly.
I'll get in the car.
Exactly.
Okay.
Drive around the block twice.
Do you not know how this works? If you never listen to radio shows where they go, "Oh, we're going to do a prize draw, but only in
After
an
the
hour."
break, you will
Yeah,
not
after the-
believe what's next.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's what
It's
I'm
like
doing.
every headline online now. is
After
like,
you've
"This
listened to
one trick."
Chinny talk about his one game he's played this week.
Go ahead, Chinny, what
Guess
you been playing?
Yeah,
First
what
of
have you
all,
been
fuck off. Right.
playing?
And second of all, fuck
Is
you.
he wrong?
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Either come the fuck in or fuck the fuck off. Right. I played Alan Wake 2.
Ooh, he's back on it.
No.
Is he
Um,
wrong?
you know what? I tell you why. I sort of forgot to say this. I tell you why I didn't play Alan Wake 2 for a couple of weeks. You know why? Because
Baby.
no, not baby, not all baby. There's definitely moments where I could play.
Baby's
It.
a part of it. Can't blame it all on Rosa.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
you
have to
can't
get.
blame
I have to get
Rosa for
serious. I have to
everything.
get serious now because I have been having some sort of pain, anxiety stuff. Right.
What?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Right. So like real
Health. It's time to talk about health.
I do have a jingle for this.
Wow.
And I'm not playing the whole thing,
So-
don't worry. Go ahead.
Wow,
Chinny, talk
that
about
wait.
jingle hurts my health as well, which is ironic.
Yeah, it does. I
Um,
can't
Oh,
imagine
no.
why.
So
Oh my
I
god.
don't want to go too deep into it, but basically been having like sort of anxiety and sort of tight chest stuff. Thought I was dying
Sorry
for a
to hear
couple of
that, sir.
days. Turns out
Oh no.
I'm not. I'm fine.
That's
Got a
good.
panic
Good
attack type
news.
of
Good
thing?
news.
I mean, thank God. I don't want to look.
Yeah, thank God you're not like me.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about bloody heart pain like Stu does.
Yeah, I know, yeah.
but-
Except
but-
mine is real, can I just say?
Yeah. Yours is real.
The mind makes it real, man. Did you learn nothing from the Matrix?
So
yeah.
I didn't feel like playing it because I just felt like really dodgy, you know.
Add more anxiety to
Yeah.
your life. Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? It's just not the game for me right now. But I played it again this week, so I'm feeling better. And I I still
Did you talk to someone about what was causing that?
no, I just ignored it and suppressed it like a real man.
Like a real
The
man.
best way.
Speaking of,
Best
like, you're
way.
ready for that
Yeah.
candy bar Stu was talking about.
Yeah. So I've been playing a little bit, but I still I put something in the Discord this week about does your day affect what you play in terms of
Oh yeah.
how your
totally.
day's been. So if I had a day off and I wasn't really having a stressful day, I would probably play Alan Wake 2 more. But because,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
for example, I played it today because I've had a day off. Like, all I've done today, I went to see my mum and dad. We had a meal, and then we came back home. And look, I've had a day where I've been relaxing all day. So I played some Alan Wake, and it's good. But when I've been at work all day, and and then I come back home, and then it's like baby, and then I finally get them, I get Tara to bed, I rock her to bed, and then
There you go. Right, both of you upstairs now.
Both of you upstairs now.
Get out of here. Get out of here. I've got
So
games
they're
to
in bed,
play.
and then basically I'm at home, and I'm just like, oh god, I don't know if I can do anything stressful right now. So I've been watching a lot of The Thick of It, which is the greatest sitcom ever made, and yeah, I never really feel like playing something where I'm just going to feel tense for like 45 minutes or something, But anyway, I managed to play another hour of Alan Wake, so I'm not far in, Stu.
No, you've not made a lot of progress.
No,
It's
not loads, but I'll tell you where I am.
Go on.
Give
me a hint.
I'm in a subway.
All right, okay,
In
yeah.
a subway.
A sandwich.
Yeah.
So it's what they're sort of introducing now is sorry, yeah, I'm in a subway. Can I have the half foot, the 6 foot, 6 foot sub? What are you mad, Alan Wake?
6 foot sub. Come on, get to work, make it.
Can I have
That is massive.
Can I have the 6-inch sub, please? Yeah. So I'm at the bit where they're sort of introducing you can walk into a scene and add a plot element, and that changes
Yeah.
the sort of scene, which is interesting.
Oh, it is, it? I mean, that starts to really twist your noodle the further you go, because you can use the same plot elements in different scenes.
It's
my
really
God.
weird. Yeah, and I felt like I should read a bit because I don't read what they are. I just press A and I'm like, I don't know, that'll do something. So yeah, I've been doing that. And yeah, so it's good. I mean, I was thinking today when I was playing it, I was like, man, it is Resident Evil now. Look, this is they played Resident Evil 2 remake and was like, we're doing that. That's what Alan Wake 2 is going to be, and it feels exactly like Resident Evil. The map, the way
the thing, where you keep your guns and everything is the same, isn't it? It's similar.
The point that I made when we were talking about Alan Wake 1, where Alan Wake's stamina is no good. It must have got worse because now he doesn't even run. The guy just walks all over the place.
Well, he's used to it. He's like, like demon monsters.
Well,
come to
whatever.
eat me,
Yeah,
whatever.
shadow monsters. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
So the
So
game's,
can I ask-
the
can
game's
I
a lot
ask,
slower,
have you-
isn't it, Stu? It's you're just walking a lot. So
it is. Can I ask a question? Have you got? I can't remember whether you've got it. Have you got the other part of the clicker?
the lamp?
Yeah, isn't the
Yeah.
lamp cool? How
I
cool
suppose
is
so.
that
So,
lamp?
if people, I mean, this is a minor spoiler for the game, but basically, the lamp collects light and then distributes it somewhere else, doesn't it? And it sort of
Yeah.
changes how the room.
Again, changes the scene.
Yeah,
doesn't it?
changes
So
how the
it
room looks and stuff. Yeah, it's fine. Like I didn't do it and go, oh my god, this is massive. Like, it was more cool. Like that's
No,
fine.
what I think is there's a lot of little mechanics that make this whole coolness.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? There's a lot of these little things that all make it super cool.
Yeah, and I don't really appreciate the cheap jump scares that this game fucking does.
Oh,
on
there's
me.
quite a few of those.
Oh my god! I opened the door and just. Oh no, god! Fucking hell!
Yeah, not good for me either. Can I just say? There was a few
Jesus
points where I thought, yeah, I don't
That's
know whether I
true,
should be playing
Stu.
this game.
That's true. But I'm more important than you because I'm me and not you.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
So anyway, yeah, I opened the door. This enemy just.
Yeah, there's more than one occasion where I proper shit myself. You know, I fully jump big time.
It's not. I don't appreciate that at all. But hey ho. So
it
yeah,
does a good job of it as well because it got me nearly every time. I never saw one coming. You know what I mean? Sometimes you can be like, oh yeah, someone's gonna jump out on me here, and it doesn't do that at all. It does a good job of Yeah, putting them in at the least likely situation just
Yeah.
to like really make you jump.
So like I suppose the mechanic is kind of, and you'll know more of this than I will, Stu, but a lot of the level. Well, I've only played like 3 chapters, but the levels are kind of open world, like, and then you can roam around them a bit. And they're not massive once you've been
No.
around them, and that's one level, isn't it? And then you move on. I
Yeah.
don't know if you go back or something. I don't.
You do retread areas you've been to before, obviously, so that does happen. But I think it keeps it varied enough that there's always somewhere new to explore. So there's always something new to explore. It's just, I think it's just a really clever game. I mean, you know what I thought about it because it was my game of the year. But I'll be interested to see what you think once you've played everything. You know, once you've finished the game.
Is that another way of you saying don't ever talk about this game again until you finish?
Yeah,
it?
don't talk about this game until you finish it.
all
No, well, it'll take you a while because it took me 22 hours.
Yeah,
I
like it
wanna
feels.
say.
I'm only on like the 3rd chapter, and there's like how many of them? There's 19.
19 altogether. Yeah.
I'm like, fuck, man, this game's gonna take ages.
It does. It took a long time. I'll be honest. That night when we did the Game of the Year show and I finished it about 40 minutes before the show started, I was like, "Am I gonna get to the end? I don't know."
Yeah.
And I did feel like I rushed it a little bit, you know, just to
Yeah.
get it finished. But
Yeah.
it was so good. But I think I'd have played it like that anyway because it's just so bloody good.
Yeah, no, it's
I just
good.
wanted
It's
to
good.
find out what happened next. I'm like, what's going to happen next?
It just feels like it. I mean, it's definitely Resident Evil. Like it is that, isn't it? I mean, it's got some clever other stuff going on, but I feel like the bones of Resident Evil 2 remake in this, and that's what, you know, I feel like their big inspiration was like, let's just make this a lot slower, a lot creepier. But it's great. I haven't gone back as playing as Saga yet. I like Saga as a character. She just bloody loves crime.
Yeah, what I found that happened when I was playing it, because you can play it in any order you want. So
yeah,
you
I
don't
haven't
have to
got
play-
to that yet. So like, yeah, you mentioned it before, but I haven't got to that yet. Yeah.
So you can play the game in any order you want, but as far as the characters go, you get to a point where you can just switch whenever you want between the two and play a chapter of theirs and then 2 chapters of another and then another chapter. The chapters are always in chronological order, so you're not going to start flitting about between chapters. You know what I mean? You're not going to play one before. But you can you obviously pick which character in which order you play them. And I found what happened with me when I got like something compelling happening in one person's story, I'd play maybe 2 or 3 chapters of theirs just to see what was going
Where
on.
it's going, yeah.
Yeah, and when there was a bit of downtime or something that I wasn't quite as interested, I'd then flip over to the other character to see what was going on in their chapters. You know what I
I
mean?
have to say,
I
like,
think that-
so where Alan Wake is at the moment, you know, in a subway and stuff, like, it's not really like blowing my tits off in terms of
No.
like, I like, what's he just wandering around, like, who gives a shit? But I imagine it's gonna get better. But so
Oh yeah, definitely.
yeah, but no, I like it. I'm enjoying it, Stu, so far. But I'm finding it difficult to get through because
Time. Man.
time is the limiting factor. But could I have played more Alan Wake this week? Definitely yes. But between chasing lady fucking birds, which are in my house all the time,
it's still got them going on.
still got them going. I'm still
It's
fighting
no
that.
wonder
battle.
you've got
ask what the latest in the war with the ladybirds
Yeah,
is. This
yeah.
could
Oh,
be a
yeah.
story.
Yeah, no, that's just ongoing. Like I'm working on things. There's cracks to
All
fill.
quiet on the Western Front. More
Yeah.
news to come.
There are cracks to fill. So yeah. But yeah, I mean, I've been watching a lot of the thick of it because I just want to sit down and watch something chill. You know, well, it's not chill. That show's not chill, but whatever. I just want to relax. But you know, playing Alan Wake 2 is not relaxing.
No, it isn't. No, it definitely isn't. No,
So,
it's
it's hard
anything
work.
but relaxing.
Yeah.
Can I just say, I'm beginning to wonder, you know, OG Micropene. Do we think this could possibly be Jason Gallagher? I'm just wondering.
It could
They
be.
both tread in the territory of like weird, random, gross.
Yeah, I
but
wonder if it's Jason
he
Gallagher.
seems Peen Man feels a little more targeted with like some of his.
Yeah.
I do like
preferences,
his latest comments. Can I just say? He says, "Ever wonder why in zombie movies no one ever steps in zombie poo because they're always eating? Where's all the zombie poo? I don't know. It's a good question."
Well, if dead flesh and no heartbeat can cause a creature to come alive, we don't know that they have to poop.
Yeah, the
It's
fact
got to
that
go.
he
sweat
mentioned-
But
out their
it's got to go
their
somewhere,
waste
though, hasn't it?
products.
It's got to go.
Well,
somewhere.
maybe they sweat out their waste products.
Where's all those damn human remains go that they swallow down?
Maybe they like.
It's a good question. It is a
maybe
good question.
Comes out of their feet. Who knows? It's trying to apply science to something that's not scientific. Can we move on?
What, you mean zombies aren't real? I thought they were real.
I know, right?
Yeah.
What the
No,
heck?
let's talk
I
about
know.
Flat Earth instead.
Yeah, there we go.
Right, so I've been playing more Alan Wake 2. Still good. Slow progress, but there we are.
Okay. There we go.
Right.
yeah, it's
sorry,
over to
that sounded
me
a
now.
bit weird. Duke, Duke, what have you been up to?
Right. Well, there's this game called Rocket League, you see.
Rocket
I
League.
played this week with a goddamn Smurf on my team. Whenever there's a Smurf on the other team, they are crushing us.
What's a
'Cause they're
Smurf?
like-
What the hell is a Smurf?
Oh,
How?
my God. You've asked that
Heck,
question
I'll bring
before,
back up.
Stu.
I probably have. I
Well,
probably
explain.
have. I don't know. I
A
can't remember.
Smurf
I'm
is
old.
a person who intentionally deranks so that they can play people who are less skilled than them.
All
and
right.
easily
Okay.
win.
Okay.
And you can tell in Rocket League because they have these. Everybody has a title. Mine is Quick Chat Champion because I'm always typing in the Quick Chat. This person, they with Smurfs often will show off their champ or grand champ tournament victory. It'll be like season 3, champion tournament winner, and it's like, we know you're a Smurf, dude. And so like a lot of times they'll just crush, and then they'll be like, you suck, and it's like, dude. This is like if you went to the playground and beat up a 5-year-old, you're like, you suck, kid. What the fuck? Why do you suck? Get good. Anyway, that's what happens when there's a Smurf on the other team. There's a Smurf on my team, and I had been losing a lot that day, so I was like, okay, finally I'm going to have a win, and I can take a break from this game. And then the motherfucker commences to, like, not go for the ball and, like, leave the goal open and, like, hand the ball over to the enemy over and over again. And I'm like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, what do you mean? And I was like, you're trying to derank, aren't you? He's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And it's just like, oh my God. It's like everywhere I turn, these sour children are doing something to make my life miserable. All I want to do is play this game, have some fun, and maybe win once in a while. That's it. That's all I want to do. But everybody else in the game is like trying to make other people angry. That's why they play the game. And it's just like, oh my God, it's so exhausting. So. Not much to say about Rocket League, but if you are a sour
you know
child,
what I quite
don't play
like?
Rocket League.
What I quite like is that
I keep coming back to it.
No, that you referred to the opponents in the game. Well, because let's be honest, it's kind of like an esports game, is it? Where they're as the enemy.
There are esports
they're not
leagues.
they're not
It's the enemy.
opponents. They're the enemy.
Whatever. Anyway, I've also been playing Skyrim. My character now has awesome green hair with a cool
Skyrim.
Skyrim. It kind of looks like your
I've
hair,
never
Chin.
heard
It's
of
like
this. Is this a new
blown
game?
back.
New
Oh,
India.
it's a classic.
What a great
But there's not
joke.
much to say about Skyrim, so I'm going to keep moving. Enshrouded.
Ah.
Are you still playing this? Are you still playing with the
Oh
crew?
my
You're
God.
playing
I
with
was
the crew?
playing right before the game show tonight. I have not been playing with the crew so much, just because time hasn't matched up. You know, when I'm coming home from school and finally done washing dishes and stuff. And by the way, I had a crazy busy week this week. I did a TED Talk. I should have mentioned that.
Oh, I saw the picture. I saw
yeah.
the picture. What was your TED
Yeah.
talk on? I saw the picture, but I didn't know what it was on.
So the title was "How I Found Hope and Myself by Fighting Genocide," and it's all about my experience working with the people of East Timor to end the Indonesian occupation, and framed in the sense of like, because I had to do a 90-minute presentation about that with my students, so I had to compress it to 15 minutes, and that was tough because I had to leave a lot of stuff out.
That is a lot of
So, anyway.
compression.
It is a lot of compression. Someday I'll record the 90-minute version if anybody wants to follow that. But anyway, so busy week. And so when I'm coming home ready to play games, a lot of times, especially like Marcanics and them are going to bed. So it doesn't work out that way. And I don't think I actually played with Defoe this week, but yeah, I'd see them and I'd be like, are y'all going to be on for a while? And they're like, no, I'm heading out. And I'm like, all right, whatever. But I realized that some of the quests, maybe I was wrong about the quest updating on my server when I did it on the group server, but whatever. Apparently a lot of the quests don't, so who knows what.
That's always frustrating, isn't it?
I want to just get as far as I can on my own server. It's fine, but it's got its hooks into me, and it does a good job of like revealing a little bit here, a little bit there. So there's these creatures that are like demons of some kind that run at you with these like dual hook axes things, and they'll mess you up if you're not guarding. So it's again, unlike Skyrim, you can't go running in just slashing at everything. You got to be judicious with your attacks and your defense. So I've gotten pretty good at beating them, and there's this thing where they'll block, and then you can keep hammering the block, and then they'll be dazed, and then I've unlocked something when they're dazed. I can do the merciless strike and really fuck them up. So that's again, there's different layers to the fighting styles. And as you said last week, Stu, the skill web, it's not a tree, it's a web, man. There's lots of different things to unlock. Every time you, like, I could start over tomorrow and have a totally different kind of character that focuses on like magic and ranged weaponry. I get up in the battle with my sword and shield. So it's just interesting that there's a lot of different ways to play this game. And the perks.
It looks, I mean, it looks
skills.
cool. It looks, like I said last week, to me, it looks like a lot of these sort of MMO type
That's because
games.
we're just looking at the first hour again here in this
Yeah,
video.
yeah.
And that's fine. They do look very similar. But what I would say is that the part that makes one remarkable compared to another one is the depth behind it.
Yeah,
and this
definitely.
game has a lot of that depth. So for instance, these guys, I've gotten good at beating up these dudes with the 2 axes. Now they introduce this like glowing green version who will like do twice as much damage if he touches you. And when you block, he eats up a lot of your stamina. So you can't just sit there and wait for him to attack and then attack when he's done, like, because he'll wear your stamina out and then you can't block. So it's an interesting wrinkle. And maybe I just need to get stronger and get more perks before I go attacking him. Because he fucked me up and he killed me twice, I think, before I finally got, and I killed him right before the show tonight. So I was like, yeah.
No, I do think it looks interesting. I must admit, I do think it looks like
very interesting.
For one of those types of games, it's got a lot of depth. It doesn't just.
That's the thing, is that it's not really. I mean, the crafting is the start of the game, but once you get set up, once you make your base, it really isn't a crafting game.
Yeah, it's not like Rust in that sense.
It's not. I mean, right. I mean, you're not building all your weapons. Like, that's the thing, is that once you get your basic weapons, after that, for the most part, it's about running around and like finding treasure chests, and you get better weapons, and then you can enchant those and so forth and so on. So it's really got a lot of that RPG stuff in it. And again, the world is huge.
It feels like, you know when they did like Elder Scrolls Online, and it were a bit shit because it was still more like an MMO than it was like the Elder Scrolls.
Well, I mean, it is an MMO.
No, you know what I mean, though. It was like, because obviously if you played Skyrim or Oblivion, that's the kind of stuff you're expecting. But then when you play Elder Scrolls Online, it's kind of still just like every other MMO that's out there.
Well, right, okay, so it was more generic. I agree with that, and I agree that for me, the combat in Elder Scrolls Online is what really is weak, and the combat in this game is amazing.
That's what I mean. And what I was going to say was, I think this is kind of what the Elder Scrolls Online should have been.
I mean, to be fair, though, this doesn't have any NPCs really, except the people who live at your base, and it's not really got any lore. So I would say there's a lot of differences between them, but the world does look nice, and it is a very big world. So in that sense, yes.
Kind of like an MMO, but still like a proper RPG. Does that make sense?
It is. I mean, the reason MMOs are like that is because they have to cater to a huge group of people, some of whom play it incessantly, and they want endgame content. So the world has to be not only big, but like filled with stuff. And yeah, they do become very generic, and they are focused on RNG and like repopping stuff. And this stuff does repop in this game, which is actually grateful, because if you need to get, metal scraps early in the game, you know where you can go to get them pretty easily.
Yeah. But do you get repeated quests in this? The quests like reform again the next time?
No, you don't have those radial quests, which is nice. I don't like the radial quest. It is all like standard kind of quests, and then you cross it off. And but there are a lot of quests that have like steps to them. So there's one that was like trying to find. You have to make a sawmill or like a table saw for your carpenter. And like at first he's like, I don't remember where I put him, so you have to go to this village where he was living, and then it gives you clues to where he left the saw blades and all this. And that was what I had to beat the green dude for, was to get those saw blades. And you get the saw blades, I think I can now make better armor. So that made me very happy when I got the saw blades. I was like, yay, I can make better armor now.
Stu.
Anyway.
Sorry, Duke. Sean in the chat says, my Valheim friends want me to play Uncharted, but I know it will consume all of my time like Valheim did.
Yes, it will.
There's not a
it's
question.
consuming more of my time than Valheim, because Valheim, the combat was not great for me in Valheim, and certainly the hunting was terrible. This game is so fluid. It's so engrossing. I have like 8 quests going on at once now, and some of them are bigger, some of them are smaller. And no matter where you quit in the game, it'll put you back at your home base when you come back in. So you don't have to run back to your base when you quit the game, which is really nice. It is Valheim. It's even better than Valheim, I think.
It looks better than Valheim. It definitely looks like it's got more depth than Valheim.
What I have not done yet in this game is build a tower. And in fact, today I was thinking I should, because I was coming back to my base from a journey that I was on, and I didn't fast travel for whatever. It was a nearby journey. And I was like, I think I'm this way. I mean, I knew generally where it was, but I would love to have a tower I could see from the distance and be like, there it is. I shall go forth and find my whatever. Towers are cool to build. So another
you
thing
do
that I
like
came
building
upon,
phallic symbols.
I
in
do
games,
love me a
don't
tower.
You do.
Not every tower is a phallic symbol unless you
It
see
is when
that
you
way,
build
but-
it.
Well, it is when you look at it, I think.
It's when you
Phallic
bloody build
symbols
it.
in the eye of the beholder.
It'd be hard to build.
How would you build a tower that's not a phallic symbol?
It'd be hard to build a Ionic tower.
Yeah, that would.
I think what's the giveaway for you, Duke, though, is the way you place two boulders at either side of your towers when you just saying. Just saying.
Yeah. Okay, so you know about the shroud, right? You can only spend a certain amount of time in there.
That's
you
right.
develop your character, you level up, you can spend more time in the shroud. You upgrade your flame altar, you can spend more time in the shroud. I'm up to like, I think 7 minutes, maybe 6 minutes when I'm in the shroud, which is nice because you have a little more time. Now, I got this fucking deadly shroud.
Nice.
And it's just like, really? And basically the sense I get is like, we don't want people going into this part of the world yet. We haven't finished developing it, so we'll just put a deadly shroud around it. And it's like, and I didn't realize what it was. So there's a bridge, and there were like 6 monsters on it, and I was slowly beating them, and I'm like, yes. And then I was going to kill the last one, and he was like firing projectiles at me, so I was retreating. And then I noticed the top of the screen, it's like, get out now. And I was like, what? And then I realized, oh, this is a deadly shroud, because it, you know, next to where it says get out now, it's like shroud. And then this time it said deadly shroud. So it's like deadly shroud. And your timer goes down like 10 times as fast as usual. So it doesn't just say you're going to die in 5 seconds. It has the 5-minute timer like speeding down, and it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, and you're like, oh my God. So it's really hard to tell what's going on. So basically I died on that bridge.
Of course you did.
Because I was in it for 4 seconds, and I'm like, what, the 4 seconds? Seriously? So I had to go back and like jump through it and get my stuff and keep jumping and all this, and barely got through it. And I was like, okay, fine. Fucking deadly shroud. So now I'm like paranoid. Anytime I see the shroud, I'm like, is that regular shroud or deadly shroud? Apparently the deadly shroud is a little more red.
Excuse me, is this regular shroud
know, yeah,
or
which shroud
diet
is it?
shroud?
Can I please get decaf shroud?
Can I
'Cause
have a
wanted the soy latte
Can I have something
shroud.
herbal?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow. By the way, can I just say, OG Micropeen says, come on, you're used to 4 seconds, Duke, apparently.
Penises, towers, in 4 seconds, sex.
I don't understand it,
Anyway,
Stu. What can you explain?
I don't understand it. I don't.
Because when I talk, I only get about 4 seconds before someone cuts me off.
Yeah,
Right,
that is true.
Yeah, I bet that's it.
By the way,
No, it's not. I've been talking for 20 minutes about this.
I think you and OG Micropeen would get on very well, because he says Skyrim is amazing.
Yes, it
Yeah.
is. That's true. You are correct, OG Peen Man.
You see, you got common ground there.
METO. Yeah.
Same sense of humor,
Man.
and you both like
Yeah.
Skyrim.
There you go. I was given a quest to go into the catacombs and find the ultimate treasure of the ancients.
And let me
And I
guess,
was
when you
like,
got
okay.
there, it was
It
like
was crap.
the
It was just
treasure.
crap.
The treasure.
No,
is-
it wasn't. It was a very good shield.
When you got there,
The
it was like-
problem was how I got there.
I'm
Go ahead, what?
unmuted. I'm unmuted.
No, no,
when
I
you
hear
got
you.
there, the treasure was you.
The treasure was me all along.
Yeah. It was within you.
No, it was the friends we made along the way.
Um,
So it's hard to know where to go to get to where you need to be in this game, because there will be, like in Skyrim, right? The first time you play Skyrim, it's like on the other side of this mountain, there's, or like here's a mountain and there's like a quest marker. It looks like it's in the middle of the mountain or something. So
Yeah.
you're like, how the fuck do I get there?
those are the good
So,
old days.
The good old
yeah,
days.
exactly.
Yeah,
Well, they're
definitely.
back. They're back in Enshrouded.
Well, to be fair, they were back in Starfield. Let's be honest.
they were.
They never went away.
Right. Well, now they're outside of Bethesda properties too, because sometimes there's a path you can follow around the mountain or whatever. And I've done, I'm starting to trust the paths a little more. Sometimes they go through the shroud, and I'm like, I don't want to go through the shroud. But now I'm like, okay, as long as it's not a deadly shroud, I'll be able to make it through the shroud. But this one was like I was trying to find a path and there was nothing, and then like I realized I could kind of glitch and glide around the mountain.
What a
So I did
great
that.
sign of a great game.
Great design work.
Well,
that is.
a great sign of me being impatient, too impatient to find the actual path.
Yeah.
And I died once trying to figure out how to get around the mountain. So to be fair, it's not really the game's fault that like they barely had enough footholds for me to do this, but whatever. The point is, I finally found it. Sort of. I found the roof of the catacombs.
Okay.
And you're not really supposed to go through the roof because it's
Sure.
very, you know how some terrains
Oh, it's
in
like low
games
texture.
back in the day.
Yeah.
It's not just
Yeah.
low texture, but just like one texture, like copy and paste it 1,000 times.
Brilliant.
It's no one's supposed to look at this. I don't
No.
think. So
Yeah, you
I'm
weren't even
above
supposed
it
to
and
be
I'm
up
looking
there. You
down.
weren't supposed to
I
be
wasn't
up there.
supposed to be up there.
But
Exactly.
dude,
I beat
is
the
that
game in
part?
its own
Is
game.
is that part of the quest?
Yeah, is it?
Ooh,
Is
they
it
found
though?
out how to. Yeah, did you
How to
outwit the
glitch
developer?
the game.
You get 100,000 stamina points.
Yep.
So I get up there and I'm like, ah, crap. And I'm above it. How am I going to get down into it? But there were holes in it in the roof. And I'm like, why are there holes in the roof? I mean, I guess a catacombs might have holes in there. I guess that kind of makes sense. Here's the thing. I found a hole that's right on top of the
What, shield room?
the final room in the catacombs.
Sick.
Yeah, the shield room. Brilliant.
So I dropped in and I was like, ooh, here's this big crypt. And I opened it and it was like, awesome mega shield. And I was like, yes, I got this cool new shield. How the fuck do I get out now?
Yeah.
So did you not fight anything then?
I didn't fight anything. I dropped in, got the shield, and it was like, quest accomplished. I was like, wow.
How did you get out
So
though? Come on then. So how did you
Well,
get out?
it wasn't in the shroud, so I could just fast travel back home.
Sweet.
You're kidding.
It's just ridiculous.
I,
And then
I wish I could
was
drop
like,
into the end room of Alan Wake 2.
I know, right? It's
No,
ridiculous.
you
So
don't.
then I was doing another quest that coincidentally took me past the entrance to the catacombs. So it was like, you have discovered catacombs. I'm like, oh, here's the catacombs that I already beat. So I'm like, all right, I'm curious. Like, let me do the process. Maybe there's other treasures along the way, right? To get to. God damn, there's like 4 steps. You gotta go through the shroud. There's some deadly shroud down there. And there's all these buttons you gotta push. And I was like, fuck that, man. I already solved this quest. I don't need to solve this catacombs puzzle. I'm just gonna move on.
I don't like
So-
how many times you've said Shroud during this episode.
Yeah, shroud.
That's my
Yeah.
review of this game.
It wasn't my fault that I found the roof and a hint.
No.
I just didn't know how to find the entrance. So if they want to do a better job of guiding you,
You
away
found
from
no,
that
no. Come
roof,
on.
you're
Wait
not
a minute.
supposed
Wait a
to.
minute. I think you found the best entrance.
Yeah.
I guess I
Surely.
did find the best entrance, but it wasn't the entrance you
Surely.
were supposed to use.
No,
If I
no.
go through the exit, that's not my fault, man. You should lock the exit better. So yeah, Enshrouded is awesome. I'm really having a good time with it. I thought I might be hitting that plateau where I get a little bored, but nope. There's a lot of stuff still to be done.
Sir, you are blocking the exit. Don't you think if there was a fire, I would not run?
Yeah, exactly. If
Exactly.
I have legs, any exit is a fire exit. I
Yeah.
will not be blocking that exit. That's a Mitch Hedberg bit.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
I'll play that clip now. Another reference that only Duke and Chinny know.
Yeah, I know Mitch Hedberg. I think he's a bit
Yeah,
more
you do.
fibrous than you think.
So I'll talk about the game I'm going to try and finish next. So the game I'm
Oh.
going to finish.
Objection.
Hey, let's hear it. Which
Objection.
Objection.
Incorrect.
Ah, little hint there for you.
Correcto, Ginny.
Okay.
The Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. So I'm going to
Stu,
see if I
are you trying to... I think I've worked out what you're trying to do.
what am I trying to do.
Finish some games.
You're trying to beat
Finish games.
more games than I am this year, so I can never.
Well, I
accuse
don't
you
think
of
that's
doing
going
that.
to be hard, is it? Let's be honest.
Well, you have it. Your bloody daughter's like 68 or whatever. She's old, right? So like you know, I've got a little baby. So
It's not going to be difficult to beat you this year, is it? Come on.
yeah.
I don't need to do all this stuff just to beat you. I barely have to finish
But
any
I think
games.
you're doing this so at the end of the year you can go, see, Chili, I'm the kind of guy that plays games, not like you.
Finishes them unlike
Yeah,
you.
like you big wet. Go on. So you play.
I don't know what I think
This is the
about
Great
this game.
Ace Attorney
Attorney
Chronicles. So is this the Is this the redo of 1, 2? and
No,
what is
no. So this is completely different characters.
No.
I don't know who any of
You
these
said
people
you said
are.
no, very dramatic there, Stu.
No.
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 I
Objection.
don't know who any of these people are.
Right.
I've never come across any of these characters in any other race.
That's what I said in the last orgy
It's
I
like
went
the
to.
beginning of that Orbital album. I don't know you
I
people.
just don't know.
Sorry, I stepped on your orgy jokes.
It wasn't
But-
great anyway.
But Ace Attorney
It's
is
fine,
not
it's a
in
good
the
orgy joke.
game.
Yeah,
He's
could've
not
done
in the
better.
game, as far as I know. Unless,
Always
like,
do better. Don't beat
the
yourself.
Ace Attorney is just a pseudonym. I don't know what his real name is. What's his real name? No.
Dave.
It's Dave.
Dave. Like the rapper.
Dave.
Like the
What?
rapper.
Yeah.
Can I just say spoilers for the Great Ace Attorney
It's
Chronicles?
okay.
Uh-oh,
I will
hang
never
on,
play
spoiler.
this.
Oh, I
Spoilers.
got it. Oh, somebody
Spoilers.
out there might.
Warning, warning, warning.
But the second episode of the game starts with a dramatic turn of events. So much so, I was speechless, and I bet you can thinking that
Fucking
must
hell.
be a
Jesus
hard
Christ.
thing.
What they do?
to
Rip your
happen.
tongue out.
Hard thing to happen.
Shove
You
it
gonna
up your
tell
ass.
us what the
Sorry.
surprise
But-
was, or you want to not
But
say?
the
'cause of spoilers?
dude,
Suspension.
so the dude who helps you win your first court case, which is he was a really nice chap as well. He was a really promising student.
Was he a nonce?
No, no.
That would have
A really
been.
nice guy. Nice
Serial
guy.
killer?
No,
Was he a mega
Chronic
nonce?
diarrhea.
no.
No.
So anyway, nice
Not have a
chap.
head.
Uber
Oh my God.
nonce.
Was he
Anyway.
bleeding from the eyes?
Was it
constantly?
nonce related?
No, it isn't.
Go ahead.
So proper nice chap, helped me out, did me a solid, got me off my murder charge that I obviously hadn't murdered anyone.
Nice chap.
Got me off of the murder charge. Second episode starts, right? And he's taking you off to England with him to like learn to be a lawyer.
I bet he is the dirty
So-
nonce.
Nonce.
So he smuggled you. He smuggled you on
Yeah.
board in his
Yeah.
suitcase.
Yeah, that's
Human
right, in
trafficking.
his
This
trunk.
it sort of sounds like he's a nonce, to be fair. Stu.
It does. It does. You can see it in Risun UK or whatever the hell he's
Put you in a
called.
gimp suit.
Risun UK. Yeah, you're called Kazuma.
Right.
So
they
basically,
call the gimp.
he smuggles you into his cabin and keeps you in the wardrobe. So that's what's been going
Jesus
on here.
Christ.
I know.
You can go through to Narnia whenever you want. at
as a
least.
stowaway, and for some reason decides to write a Chinese notice and tape you in there. So if anyone comes in, they don't open the wardrobe and find you in there like hiding.
My hand is hovering over the dramatic burst sound clip just in case
Yeah.
we ever get to a point that's got a dramatic
So
twist.
it starts. It turns out he's the murder victim, so he gets murdered. I'm like,
Wow.
what? The
So wait,
fuck?
you got brought up on murder charges, and then he gets you off those charges, and
Correct.
then he gets murdered?
Correct.
Are those the charges you were brought up on?
No. So
This
now
is a
you're
different murder.
Different-
Okay.
yeah.
murder.
So
So now you're,
another
but they're gonna think
whole
you
other
did
murder.
this.
Yeah.
Correct. So you wake up
They
in
framed
handcuffs.
you. Oh, you
And I'm like,
bastard!
oh my god! So not
Oh my
only,
God.
not only is there a dude
Run
that
the
I
frying
quite-
pan into the fire, man.
it does a good job though. 'cause
Forget
it
the
was a-
frying pan. Put the old bloody kitchen sink
I know
in
they've,
there.
like, they've just tipped the oil over your head. That's what's happened here.
Oh my
Um,
goodness.
But I like the dude, and he's dead.
Yeah, well, that does happen, I'm afraid.
I mean, you know that happens.
Somebody
sometimes.
said
You
that
gotta
about
deal with
Hitler.
it,
I
you know?
can't
It
imagine
is
who.
sad.
Somebody said it. Yeah.
Eva Braun, probably.
Yeah, Eva Braun was like, I like the dude,
I
but he
liked him, and now he's dead.
just killed himself on my honeymoon. Like, weird.
I know. Who knew? Eagle's nest, or no less.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it started off with a bit of a shock. Really, I was like, I wasn't expecting that.
To be fair to you, Stu, that does sound rather shocking.
Now, it starts off with a shock,
Mm-hmm.
and then like Yakuza games,
Yakuza.
goes batshit crazy. It just
Yeah.
does this. Let's have a serious. Oh fuck me, your best mate's just been murdered.
Yeah.
But let's also have a new detective to investigate it called. Wait for it.
That's a weird name.
Herlock-
Sorry. go on.
Herlock Sholmes.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, that's very clever.
I was just like
Wow.
Herlock Sholmes.
Wow.
Turns out that not only is he not really a detective, because what he really is the subject of short stories that his mate's written. But because he's written all these stories about him being this great detective, he now thinks he is this great detective.
Jesus, it's so weird. It's so meta.
It's
isn't it?
bizarre.
So strange.
I mean, I've not got anything against Japanese people, but where the fuck did he come up with this
I don't
stuff
know where
from?
they come up with this shit, man.
where did he
started
go?
out
I think
Japanese people.
I'm starting to think that Japanese people are just playing a prank on the Western world.
Yeah.
And they've got
it's
this
just-
secret library of media that they actually
just
watch.
so funny.
And then this is
just
just
so
stuff
funny.
they go, these Americans and British, they just lap this stupid shit up.
It's just mad. I don't get it.
It wouldn't have surprised me whatever you said there, Stu. They says, yeah,
No.
there's been a merger and then we went for an eating competition.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just whatever.
And he's awful. Can I just say he's a terrible detective? He's
Terrible, yeah.
really, really bad.
Well, like
Really
Inspector
bad.
Gadget, he was a bad. He was. A
Yeah,
bad
it's
inspector,
pretty much
wasn't
like that. It's pretty
It's
much
kinda
like
like
a...
Inspector
Well-
Gadget sort of stumbles across the success.
It's
doesn't
weird
he?
you should say that because he has all these weird gadget eyes and
Oh
stuff.
wow!
So he could be based on Inspector
Could
Gadget
be,
for all I
because
know.
he's a fucking dick as well.
Yeah, he is. He's just terrible at his job.
Inspector Dickhead.
It was- yeah,
Yeah.
he was.
Oh my! You
He
know
was
what?
always,
when
didn't he have a
Max
cat? Didn't he have a
Payne-
cat, Inspector Gadget? Wasn't he? All,
No, he had a dog that
no,
did
the
all
dog.
the work.
He did all the work, wasn't
Penny
he?
and the dog, yeah.
And because it was kind
don't
of,
remember the
it's
dog's
kind of
name,
like
but
Wallace
yeah.
and Gromit, isn't it? Because Wallace
Yeah.
Yeah.
is a bit of a
Yeah.
buffoon, and then Gromit's the genius, isn't he?
It does all the work.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's.
Oh my god, they are exactly the same because Wallace has gadgets as well. Oh my god, I'm going
Oh
to
my
ring my
God.
friend Nick
Oh
Park.
my God. Yeah, but it does make you wonder where the hell they come up with these ideas from for these things. It's just mental. But that being said, for some reason, it's still very compelling. I don't know what to say. It's mental to the nth degree and then compelling at the same time.
Well, I think the appeal of like the Yakuza games or like a Dragon games as they call it now, like the appeal is the sort of like what's gonna happen. Do you know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
what is
yeah.
gonna happen now?
And
yeah.
then by the way, the weird detective with TB, he keeps on bleeding from his mouth and coughing all the time.
He's got TB.
Well, I'm assuming that's what it is because he coughs and then blood comes out of his mouth and
Oh.
then he wipes it off and pretends
I
nothing's
was gonna
happened.
say if he's got TB, that man is dead.
Yeah, well, I think he probably is at some point because
Yeah.
he definitely appears to have some sort of
He's
serious disease.
He's got TB like Arthur Morgan from
Yeah,
Red
so
Dead
it's weird.
Redemption.
It's weird, right?
Uh,
So then
Spoilers.
he turns up disguised as one of the ship's crew and says he's been watching everything that's been going on because he's been hired as the bodyguard for the dude who was murdered. So he did a shit job. I mean, he's like, the Max Payne of this game. He's doing a terrible job because he's meant to be protecting this guy and he still gets killed anyway.
so, Stu, it sounds like you're reading the plot out of order.
How?
Because nothing you say makes sense.
No, that's this game in general. Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
Nothing makes sense.
The dog in Inspector Gadget apparently was called Brain. I don't remember.
Because it was a brainy dog. Brainy dog.
I used to like that cartoon, and then I watched it when I was an adult and was like, oh my god, he's a fucking idiot, Inspector Gadget. I don't
Yeah.
like him.
But I am going to make it my mission to finish this game next. So this is on my hit list of finishing
Do you know how
games.
long it is?
I reckon it's probably way longer than I imagine. Because
Mm.
these games take forever. I mean, there is a lot of filler going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There is a lot of text.
I mean,
to read.
again, nothing against Japanese people, but they love filler in their
Yeah,
video games.
Yeah. So there's a lot of text.
That's
to
just
read.
fact.
Go and have a look
um,
on how long to beat. How long is it going to take me to get
I'm
this
looking,
finished?
my friend. I'm looking. I just put how to beat.
Yeah. How
uh,
do you beat this bloody game?
How long to beat? Yeah. So, is this on the Switch, Stu?
No, I'm playing this on Steam Deck.
On
I got this in the sale for about a tenner. It was very, very cheap.
Oh yeah.
So I
Oh
was just
my
like, oh,
god!
yeah.
Do you actually want to know how many hours this?
I bet it's going to be about fucking 40 hours or something ridiculous, isn't it? What is it? Come
I
on, give
think
it to me.
when I tell you how long this is, I don't think you'll finish it. I think you'll put it down.
How long could it possibly be? It's a detective game. How long is this thing?
76 hours.
Fuck you. Well, is that just without extras? That's money. There isn't any extras, is there? Of those?
Right, I'll-
Supposes.
I'll put it on the screen.
Oh my god, 76. What the hell?
But it's like main story you can do in 66.
What
but-
extras are there in this game? Because it's
Yeah,
still
but
linear.
extra dialogue stuff, isn't it? I suppose.
Oh, I have no idea.
So, but even if
Holy
you raced through it, which is the
cow.
main story, if you just race through it, that's 66 hours.
How? How is it this long?
See, this
Oh
is
my
the first thing
God.
I do when I start a new game. Is I go on how long to beat, and I go, how long is this fucking game? because I don't know if I can commit to it.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's a long game.
I don't think I'm going to finish this game anytime soon. I'm going to play. I am going to chip away
You're
at
gonna
it.
chip away.
I'll have to just chip away all year. I reckon this is an all year sort
Yeah.
of thing in between other stuff. You know, just want to do a chapter of it or whatever.
Maybe.
Jesus fucking Christ. I can't believe it's 66 hours.
Mm,
That is mental.
yeah.
Wow.
Can you see my webcam right now? Can you see?
we see
No, but we can look.
Right. Look.
Oh, you mean on the stream?
Look, there she is now.
Oh,
Look.
yeah, I see it. Oh, there's Rosa. Oh, is that like a live feed?
Yeah.
Oh,
Ah,
live
little
Rosa, baby,
Rosa.
live.
Yeah.
Oh, little Rosa.
Sleep it, as they say, sleeping like a baby. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Sleeping like a baby.
Okay. The
Wow.
stream didn't see that because the camera was on YouTube, so
That's fine. So
Nice.
anyway,
all Spidey's on.
Ginny, what have you only played the other game? We all played it
I
game.
played the play my game bitch. Yeah.
Shall we talk about the play my game bitch? Yeah, bitch. Yeah, bitch.
Play my game, bitch.
Yeah, it's got the Breaking Bad connection.
Yeah, bitch.
This is the part of the show where we all play the same game, and maybe some of our community members have played it too. We hope you'll join us when we have Play My Game Bitch. This week was
Turnip Boy robs a bank.
yeah, Turnip Boy robs the bank,
Which is the
and
sequel.
we actually have audio footage of the people, the developers, coming up
Oh,
with the idea
God.
of this game. All right.
Sorry, what?
I'm vomiting, dude. Check it out, man. I got
Go
a
on.
killer idea for a game, man.
Go
Y'all
on.
aren't gonna believe this shit.
Yeah,
Hang on a
go on. Yeah.
All right, you ready?
Yeah.
All right, here it is. All right. So we make Hotline Miami, but like for kids.
Hang on, let me just flush the toilet.
Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah,
like it's
yeah.
and it's like it's a turnip, man.
Let's turn it.
And like there's like a pickle and a trench coat. And he's
Yeah.
like, your dad's the head of the mafia for some reason, and like you just saved the world or destroyed the world or something. Now we're gonna rob a bank, dude, and you also committed tax fraud, man. And then like you run around and you kill people, and then you turn off switches and you rob a bank. And like in the bank, the elevators, they go like wherever. So you keep doing different floors and you never get out.
Yeah.
Doesn't that sound awesome, man?
Yeah, Phil Spencer, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
So that's actual unretouched footage of
Wow.
the developers coming
Wow,
up
How
with
did
that
you
was
get that?
quite
How did you
I
impressive.
know,
get that?
right? I can't reveal my sources, but I can say about this game. God damn! I knew I wasn't gonna like this game, and I didn't. I
Wow.
was
Do you
right.
know, I'm the exact opposite. I loved it. I thought it was
Wow. What do you-
brilliant.
okay, I'll bite. What do you love about it?
I just loved how it progressed. I just like that. It's not like Hotline Miami at all because there's no level progression.
Yeah,
in that
'cause it's-
respect. It's the same level every time.
'Cause it's
but
not
you've
fun.
gotta- No, because of the more you get deeper into the bank and you get more tools, and you like, I fought the first boss, and that was kind
I
of
wouldn't
cool.
know.
And then
I
you
didn't
get
get any
his,
boss
you
fun.
get his door card, and then that opens up more of the bank. So it's kind of
Oh
a,
wait, I forgot. There's something else.
What?
All right. Also, like every 5 seconds, they're gonna be we're gonna interrupt the action to watch like a long cutscene with type that comes up on the screen, and then you'll think, all right, now I can play it, and then another cutscene. Someone will come up and start talking to you. So that I forgot to.
Yeah, I don't think I saw any of
Thought I
that,
hit
by the way.
pause.
I
So
didn't see any of that.
you didn't see the text constantly coming up on the screen telling you to stop moving around. We're like, Shinny's showing random clips of the game, and it's right there.
There's only, I mean,
Oh.
there's the little bit at the beginning when you're in the hideout and it's just going through all the stuff, like how to use
every
everything.
5 steps, there's someone in the
Yeah.
bank. Like, come over here. Let me talk to you about this. Come over here. Let me tell you about the
mean-
elevator.
it means
Come
the
over here, Let me tell
dialogue.
you how to turn
I
off
have
the
no
goddamn
idea.
lasers.
I just
me-
went through and killed everybody. I wasn't really taking much notice of anything else. That I think is a really poor complaint because I don't think that's true at all. the way
Having
you
to
say it.
stop playing every 5 seconds is a poor complaint.
Well, you didn't have to stop playing. I didn't stop playing. Once you've done the
did.
first, once you've done the very first run through, it just leaves you to your own devices. Do what the fuck you
That's
like.
all I did the very first.
Well,
run
that's your
through. I'm
own
not
fault for
playing
only
another
doing
run.
one run through, then, isn't
It's the
it?
game's fault for not being fun. When
No,
you
but it's
finished
a
the first test chamber in
tutorial.
Portal, you were like, "This is fun. I'm gonna keep playing."
It's a tutorial to show you what to do.
Stupid
so of course it's going
tutorial.
to tell you stuff.
Shit.
Can I
tutorial.
read?
God.
Can I read my notes on this game?
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
Break
for
the
it,
tie,
Chinny.
Chinny.
Yeah, Chinny.
So my first note says, hated it.
Oh my god.
All right, 1 point for Duke.
Wow.
What was your second note?
That was it.
Oh, okay.
King Duke. Yeah.
No,
Duke.
I did make another note. I said too much reading, boring roguelike, boring roguelike. Probably gonna be the biggest game ever made. Is what I put.
Wow. I mean,
Do you know what I mean?
I don't know. I don't know.
Sorry,
I
Stu,
really,
you're
I really
wrong here.
enjoyed it.
I
enjoyed
don't
this
like
game.
Okay, you can
randomly
enjoy it.
You are wrong.
I don't like procedurally generated roguelikes. I don't like them.
Yeah, but there's
You
a
don't like
little bit
games
of
with a
that.
lot of reading.
There's a little bit of that and a little bit of not that. If
No,
that
there's
makes kind of sense.
No, it makes no sense at all.
Bit of not
What
that.
crap
So there
are
are
you
some
on?
levels that are planned out. Then is that what you're saying? Stu?
Yeah. So when you get the bottom level of the bank, when you get rid of the statues, you have to buy a pickaxe. Once you bought a pickaxe, you get rid of the statues. When you get rid of the statues, you open up more of the ground level, and then you can get to other areas within that. So there is that sort of. There is that rogue element, but there's also the not rogue element. I don't know. I like
The only thing I like is the turnip.
The boss fight was good as
I
well.
I like the
first
turnip. Like that's the thing that I liked was the turnip.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
like that bit.
And there's enough going on to keep leveling up your weapons, like leveling up what you're doing.
I just
get
I
more
I don't know what
time
it
to
is.
sort
Like
of get more cash.
like roguelikes, just no, just
Yeah,
they
this
don't
is-
do
I
it.
just-
I agree. I'm
Don't
I
do
just
it.
like the constant like, oh, I need to get more time, so I have to rob more money to get more time, and I just kind of like the
For some
loop.
these games just feel like I'm making no progress whatsoever in anything, and I hate them.
You see, I'm the opposite. I thought that
and I
made
hope
loads
they
of progress.
all get deleted.
Did you ever play Hades? Because they say that's like the best.
Well, that,
rogue
Yeah,
game.
no,
funny
Hades is
enough,
great.
Hades, because Hades is like, oh my god, if I played Hades and my penis fell off and it was changed my life, right? So I have got Hades.
And then you call yourself MC Micro P.
I've got Hades on my list after Alan Wake 2, right?
Oh wow.
Because
Okay,
Hades
there you
2's coming
go.
out
Wait a minute,
this year.
Chinny, are you sure you want to say that? Like maybe you want to drag it out for a long time, make people guess what you're going to play
Oh,
next.
let me do it like a way somebody else might do it. So there's another game on my list. And you might know what it
Sorry,
is,
Stu, I can't
and it's
resist.
related to this. So yeah, Hades is next because Hades 2 is coming out. I'm trying to bloody play games that are bloody good or whatever, but I don't. That might be there's always an exception, you know. I hate
Yeah.
bloody wizards and stupid shit like that, but I like Skyrim. I like The Witcher 3 because they're great. So you know, what can you do? There's always exceptions and stuff.
What
Look,
you gonna do?
I will try. I've never been enticed by D&D. I never liked it. I don't like poetry.
Sorry, Ian, I am not going to plat Hades. I might play it, but I'm never going to get a platinum trophy.
I don't like characters with pointy ears and stuff, but you know, Baldur's Gate 3, I'll give that a go at one point because that looks good.
Yeah.
Sure. But yeah, everybody says, oh, you know, like Enter the
You see,
Gungeon
what I mean,
and-
what you see on screen is what I like the most about this game is all the bloody weapons customization and stuff you get as the further you get in. I just liked it. I felt there was a very steady progression as I played it.
If I could sum it up in a noise, Stu,
Yeah.
I'd be like, meh.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know what I mean? No,
I don't know what to say.
You didn't do it right.
Yeah.
We said meh. M-E-H. Meh.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Fair enough. 2 votes against, 1 vote for.
Yeah,
You make
well,
up your
listen.
own mind, people. Did you play Turnip Boy Kills a Bank? If so, write in, let us know, give us a speak pipe, tell us what you think. Tell Stu he's not alone. Somebody else who loves this game. Give Stu some words of solace and comfort.
Yeah, fair enough then. I don't even
kick
know
your
what to
ass.
say to you anymore. I'm just gonna ignore you.
Say, "All
Even
right,
though,
admit
can
I'm
I just
wrong."
say? Can I just say on Steam, it's overwhelmingly
Yeah,
positive.
no.
the reviews
Did you
for
not
this
hear
game.
my-
Can I just say?
Did you not hear my note?
Can I just say?
Can I
And
just say? Is it
that's
not?
meaningless because there are people who are going to look at the description and go, roguelike, not for me, no thanks. And
So-
they would give it a negative review. but they don't bother playing it at all.
Can I just say, doesn't mean you're right, Stu. Can I just say means a lot
Yeah,
of.
it means that all these 594 people on Steam are wrong.
Yeah, it does.
No, they have different preferences when it
See,
comes to games.
Eric's
That's
trying
all
to
it
be
means.
balanced and correct, but I'm just saying they're fucking wrong, Stu.
They're all wrong. Everybody's wrong.
Well,
Right.
I mean, to be fair, we need to admit this.
To be fair, can I just say I didn't.
To be fair, why do we
That's
keep
what you mean.
interrupting each other? I don't know
Can
why.
I just say I
To be
didn't
fair-
know.
Yesterday was the birthday of legendary Dutch flautist Frans Bluheim.
Rip.
Before 2 seconds ago, I didn't know it was overwhelmingly positive on Steam. I've just had a look.
Of course you didn't.
So,
And it still doesn't
so
matter.
obviously I'm right and you two are wrong.
No, can I read you my last note?
Just saying.
Well, I'll reread it. Too much reading, boring roguelike, probably gonna be the biggest game ever. Right, I understand.
Can I read my last note?
When we were talking about Alan Wake,
Also, the Xbox app wasn't working, so when I played this, I was furious because I finally got it sorted.
when we
So
were
that
talking
may have
about
something to do
the
with
first Alan
Yeah,
Wake,
maybe that's why you hated it so much. Who knows?
Stu, when we were talking about the first Alan Wake game, you said how many good books sell out? Like
Oh,
Dan,
that's true.
like for example, Dan Brown books. Like how
Yeah,
many?
terrible books.
No, sorry, terrible books. How many terrible books?
Yeah, it's
Terrible
true.
books.
It's
How many
absolutely
terrible
true.
Whereas if you want a
movies.
good book,
Buy my book.
Yeah, buy Duke's book.
No, I'm not
yeah, buy my
comparing
book.
Turnip Boy robs a bank to the Da Vinci Code, which I don't think many people do enough of. Right.
Yeah, I mean, it should always be
It's
compared
well
to
known
the
But what I'm
That's
saying
true,
is,
yeah.
just because a lot of people buy it, Stu, doesn't mean it's good.
That's
They're not saying they buy it. They're saying they really like playing it.
Well, they have to buy it to
and
play
they're
it, don't they?
stupid
Well, they
for
do.
liking it.
But that's like everything. Every book you have to buy it till, and
It's all
you buy-
subjective, and fuck
You might
people who
buy a
like this
book and
'cause
then
they
think it's
suck.
terrible, but you still bought
But
it.
not if you buy my book.
Yeah, that's so true.
Everyone who's
That's
bought my
true.
book liked it. So
Exactly.
all 6 of them.
I
All right,
didn't.
is there
I
anything else
did
we
not.
need to say about Turnip Boy?
I don't know if I've got this point across. I did not like this video game.
I'm
how
not
did
sure
you
you
feel
did.
about
I'm not
it,
sure
though?
you did though.
No.
Ginny. Did you get that
I will
across?
try Hades, and then that's the last
Alright.
hope for roguelikes. If I don't like Hades, I'm
Okay.
never playing a roguelike again.
Yeah, you're gonna hate them all.
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Ian wants to know if you like Hades, will you play Enter the Gungeon?
Oh,
Yes.
there you go.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
I'll
Okay.
do that. He
Fair
didn't
enough.
actually ask that, did he?
Okay.
But he's
No, he
thinking
did
it.
not,
He's
but-
thinking it.
The implication is he says I get you and I get you, Ian. So you and me, buddy, we're like this. Is
Yeah,
it my
it's-
turn
get
to
it.
talk about a
It
game
is
now?
your turn.
Sure.
Okay, there's this
Sure,
game
do
called
it.
Turnip Boy Robs a Bank. Oh wait, the last game I have to talk about is Dominion.
Dominion.
Now wait a minute, I hear you asking.
Wait
Dude,
a
are you going
minute.
to talk about a card game? No, I am not talking about a card game. I'm talking about a video game based on a card game. Because the people who made Dominion said, actually, we have footage, audio footage
Oh.
of the developers.
Oh
All right, listen here, friends. We have to
Yeah.
figure. They're German, right? Aren't
Oh,
they?
yeah,
Isn't
yeah,
this
yeah.
German? I think all the. Yeah. Okay,
Excellent.
friends, we're German. Now that we've sorted
so
out what
German.
nation we are from, we're
wow. Hang on, let
German,
me
yeah.
sit on my Skugenschnitzer.
Okay, right.
Wow.
Get your Skubenschnitzer and let's get ready to talk about our next strategy. Oh my goodness,
Yeah.
my earbuds are starting to go bad because this battery is really not
This
good.
is a really weird flashback, yeah. Why are we
Oh my
talking about?
goodness, yeah, as well. It's okay now. I got it sorted. Don't worry.
What is your
Okay,
fucking
so-
point, yeah? I've got things to
You
do.
know how I'm talking business now.
Business.
We're very efficient Germans.
I'm a very
right?
efficient
So
businessman.
you know, yes. Okay, well then stop interrupting me. I will genocide you like I did the Jews.
Oh, did you have to do that?
Wow.
We were doing
I
so
don't even know
well,
what to
Eric.
say.
Okay, you know how we have very efficient trains? Okay, so here's this thing. You know how we have this game, Dominion?
The
and
game
it sold
that-
700 billion copies, right?
Yeah,
we
yeah,
now have
yeah.
millions
I
of
have
dollars.
been
I'm
working on
drinking
it
out of
for
a
at
jeweled
least-
mug, right? Yes.
I've been working on it for at least 2 days.
Yes, and now we have 700,000 expansion packs. We sold 7 million of those. Now we have 700 trillion dollars now. Yes.
Yeah, I was not
We
aware of
need
the
more
exact
money.
figure, but
we
yeah.
need how we can. I know a way we can get more money. You see.
Go on.
Here's the thing. We're going to make a
Is
video
it-
game
Does
version
it
of
involve
this.
invading Poland?
No, we don't need to
No.
do that anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Now we can just
But
make.
you
a
already
video
crossed the
game
line,
version.
Duke, so I thought I'd do it again. Come on.
Yes,
Yeah, I think
know,
he's
it's
crossed
okay.
a
I'm
big
not
line.
mad at you. It's okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
My family is German Jews, so I can make this joke.
Lovely, lovely,
The-
lovely jubbly.
and what is the Germans going to say? Oh, please don't make jokes about the Holocaust. It's very sensitive. Well, it's very sensitive to my fucking ancestors. Okay, so
Jesus.
here's the thing.
Duke
We're
is,
gonna make a
Duke
video
is
game,
Jewish, by
and
the
it's
way.
not.
Yeah,
you're
he
not
is.
even
Was.
going to have to buy the game and give the game free to everybody. But
Yeah.
once you get bored with the regular game,
Yeah.
then they buy the expansion packs or the digital version.
I think Arnold
and then they
Schwarzenegger
get-
has
you
just
get more
walked in.
money.
Yes, yeah.
That's more money, and
More
we get
money.
all the money, and we'll be trillionaires, more than Elon Musk.
What's this?
These
What's that?
Edward
What's this I can
Mines.
hear? Dear veteran gamers, I am as German, and I heard this section. I was mostly frustrated. Brilliant, great stuff.
No, that was the developers of Dominion.
Yeah,
Talking
that
about
that was
making
my
this game.
impression of somebody writing in, going, they are very
It
offended
was an
about this episode.
amazing comedy.
I don't know
scene,
even what
man.
happened.
So, anybody who's ever played, have y'all ever played the board game, the card game?
I've
Dominion?
never heard of it before now.
Never heard
Oh
of
wow,
it.
okay. It's pretty. I mean, people who know these kinds of games, like this is one of the OGs. Like,
Is it
people
like
who
Monopoly?
these kinds of... no. It's not even
Is
like
it like-
Gloomhaven. I was going to try to
Is
make a
it like
connection with Gloomhaven.
Monopoly?
Is it like Ludo?
Yeah, what is it like?
So the way it works is, I mean, I don't really need to get into it, but you have like
Cards.
action cards, you have money cards, and then you have like victory cards.
Oh, yeah.
And the goal is to get all the, to have the more victory points than your enemy. But in order to get there, you start off with really only money, and then you use the money to buy action cards, and then you got to chain together action cards to get more money, and then you eventually want to buy the victory cards. But if you do like I do, and you start buying the victory cards too early, your enemy's going to stomp you because they're doing it the right way by saving up the action cards, and then just like, I can play 2 actions a hand maybe, and they're playing like 20 actions every hand. It's like boom, action plus draw cards, boom, action plus draw card, boom, action, and they're just like forever and ever. I have it on the easy AI, and I'm still getting my ass handed to me. So I'm clearly not very good at this
So
game.
you're enjoying it then?
It's very well done. We played it. I played it at a friend's house, and then the next day I was like, I must own this game because it was a lot of fun. And so I went and bought it, and then I played it with the Duchess maybe twice, and then we were just like, all right, moving on.
So this is the real
we-
physical version of the game, not the video game.
I'm talking about the physical version, right?
Right,
So
okay.
now I was surprised this week to see Dominion now available on Steam, and I'm like, well, shit, I played Dominion. I had a good time with it. Maybe
I
I'd
know
like
what
the
I'm
video game
doing.
version. Hey. I didn't. It had been years since I'd played it, so I didn't know what I was doing. But I still had the ego to be like, I think I know what I'm doing. So it's giving me the tutorial, and I'm like, whatever, next. I don't need to pay attention to this shit. Yeah. So it's very well implemented, and I think playing online against people who know what they're doing might be fun because there's a random element in that. At the top of the screen, you can see there's like 10 different action cards that you can pull from. You have a different, a set assortment of those every time you play. So they obviously keep coming up again and again, but you're not guaranteed to always have the moat, the mercenaries, whatever. So a big part of the game is learning what those do and learning how to effectively use them in concert with each other. And I was not able to do that the few times I played it this week. But, it's free. And yeah, that's about it.
I yawned 4 times during that.
Sure. I don't think this game is for you. I don't think you would like this. Most people might not like it, but it is, like I say, well implemented. It's fun enough. And, if you've played the card game, you
I
wish
love
you had
board
people to play
games.
with.
I love Monopoly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this
it
isn't a
likes a
board.
bit
There's no
of
board, really.
Monopoly.
There's just cards.
Oh,
The card game.
I love blackjack.
Mealborns. Yeah.
nerdy games.
Like the guy says on, like Tracy Jordan says on 30 Rock, you should know this is war, Tracy. You should know that war is my favorite game, and I win about half the time
Mm-hmm.
because it's all luck. Which card? All right, that's Dominion, and nothing else to say about it. Any questions? No. Okay, Stewie, anything else?
Okay, Forza Motorsport.
Motorsport.
I've been back on that line.
Mortar.
Motorsport. So I've got my big car with big engine and all that jive. So I've been back on Forza, and I quite like this game. I'm not a big racing fan, not into sim races or any of that malarkey. I've turned up the Drivatars difficulty rating.
Bloody hell, look at you,
I know,
Lewis
I'm
Hamilton.
only saying, I know, because it was just too easy. I mean, I was winning by 5 and 6 seconds, so I'm like, obviously it's too easy, this.
You're just such a good driver.
I know. So
You
I've
should
turned
get
up
on
the
Bongo's
Can I just say,
the
not
league
once,
thing.
but twice. I've turned the difficulty up twice.
Jeez.
I know. I must admit, the last race I had was more challenging. I only finished in 3rd, and I had to fight for that. I mean, I had to proper
Killer
do
man.
some good. Yeah, get on
You
that
have to
racing line.
Jeffrey Dahmer somebody.
I had.
Yeah.
But I love it. I think it's brilliant. I mean, it's like I've had Silverstone, I had Nürburgring to race at. Obviously, you keep unlocking cars, unlocking new classes, and it's just kind of fun. I don't know what it is. It's kind of relaxing. Do you know that kind of once you're racing and you're on the line and you kind of just it's almost like you almost zone out because you're just following the racetrack.
You're in the zone.
You're in the zone, man. You're in the zone because you're zoned out. I think it looks great as well. It's a really nice looking game.
I zone out a lot when I'm actually driving.
Yeah, that's probably not a good thing.
Yeah.
Not in real life.
I don't
not
touch
in
the steering
RL.
wheel. I don't
not in
just-
RL, man.
I don't touch the steering wheel most of the time. I just let it go.
The biggest thing I've noted since I've turned up a driver to our difficulty is that they're just more aggressive.
Bastards.
I mean, they're just running you off the road all the time. You know, they are like severely stuck to the racing line.
Do they
not
shout
move.
abuse at you as well?
They do. They keep hanging out the window. I get the finger a couple of times.
Northern twat.
I know, yeah.
Yeah, that kind
These
of thing.
guys are brutal,
Yeah.
brutal. There was, I mean, Pilch. He
Oh,
were the
yeah.
worst. Can I just say?
He's a Londoner, isn't he? So
Yeah, that's
that'll-
right.
that'll be
I didn't
why.
expect anything less.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Yeah.
And apparently, he shouted out the window. He had the knowledge, you know.
Oh,
So
right.
he apparently knows where to go. Just
Yeah.
knows where
I
to go.
got
How to
the
get.
knowledge.
Knows how to get there.
He does.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's really good. I'm kind of enjoying it. I doubt I would ever want to race against real people online.
No.
You know what I mean? I think that would be a massive no-no.
Join Bongo's league thing on his
I
professional
don't
simulated
know.
racing.
Maybe. But I'm just having more fun just playing on my own against the AI and just having fun driving around famous racetracks in fast cars. It's good fun. I'm not a petrol head by any means, but I
No.
appreciate a nice car. I appreciate the cars.
I have to say, can we shout out to Micropene for his dedication to writing
I
jokes
know.
all the
It
show.
is
Now, some
great.
of them, I hope you don't get offended, Micropene. Some of them I don't think are landing very well. I think but you are coming up with them off the cuff, right? So I'll give you a bit of a leeway there. But I liked his last one. I like my cars, like my ladies, with a stick shift. You know, I don't really know what it means, but I like it.
It's creative.
Yeah.
I kind of like the one that I like the best.
Could be
so
read
far
as a transphobic joke, but
Yeah, it could
let's not
be.
read
Yeah,
that.
no, it could be. Now that I think about it, but
the only books.
okay, I'll take it back. He's a transphobe now.
Yeah, he probably is.
No, he isn't. That's fine.
The only books I've ever messed with were match books.
Maybe,
Kinda-
maybe he's pro-trans because he's saying, "Well, I bloody love a trans woman." That's what he's saying, Duke. Duke's not listening.
Yeah, no, I agree, absolutely.
Maybe
I
he's
mean,
saying that.
but the way of describing things is a little insensitive there. Like
Yeah.
some trans people might not be like, I don't like being referred to as someone who has a stick shift. So, but whatever.
I
I'm not
kind
gonna
of
speak
like.
for anybody
Can I
who's
just say I
trans,
kind of like this joke as well?
Go on.
When I take my glasses off during sex, she's blurred out like Japanese porn. It's kind of
Coming up
funny.
with it.
It's
Just coming
kind of
up with
funny.
it, you know.
Kind of funny.
It's a good connection there.
It is.
I wouldn't know
I like
anything about
that.
Japanese porn, but okay.
Sure, you don't. Anyway,
There's
Forza.
tentacles everywhere. From what I hear.
From what I heard on the grapevine. So Forza, then you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Which, by the way, leads me to believe it is Jason because he does wear glasses. Just saying.
Also, a lot of people. Also, you wear glasses. Like,
That is also true, but it's not me.
you'd be
Can I
a
just-
shit.
Can
You'd
I-
be a
Actually,
shit
it's me.
lawyer.
I've been typing the whole show.
You'd be a shit lawyer, Stu. You know what I mean? He's wearing glasses, so it must be this guy. He wears
'Cause
glasses.
he wears glasses.
It'd be awful.
Objection, Your Honor. He's wearing glasses.
Yeah,
Okay, so you're done with the games then, Stu?
I'm done with the games, and
Excellent
it's
stuff.
time for an email. Let's do some emails.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Yes, let's do some emails.
Let's
I'm
do
getting
some
a battery low
emails.
message. Why am I getting a battery low message? What the fuck?
I don't know,
man?
but let's do
Okay,
some emails.
Right. Yes. Email.
Emails.
Here we go.
Whoa, that ruled.
Yes, first email this evening is off Tainted Brain.
Ooh.
Tainted Brain. And he says late email. Well, it's not late because it would only be late if it was after the show had finished, in my opinion. It's
Get
not-
it in just under the wire, maybe. Or
Yeah,
maybe
it's
he
under-
meant this
it's under
last
the wire.
week. would
So
be
he
good.
said, yeah, he's only just sent it, to be fair. But anyway,
Okay.
he says, "Hey y'all,
Hello.
Hey.
hey y'all."
Look,
Just
speaking of Japanese,
exactly, yeah, exactly.
he's in Japan. Oh,
Maybe he's blurred out. Who knows? Just getting up for work here, y'all.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yawn.
Good morning.
So I just finished The Artful Escape. One
Okay.
of the best games I've played in years.
Hmm.
So I absolutely love this.
I don't know anything about this game. Y'all played it?
Yes.
Did we?
Yeah, I
I
played
don't know.
this.
Did you?
It's
play it?
it's this cool sort of rhythm action game.
Oh yeah, you
Oh,
loved this.
yeah.
I
It voted, like, best games of
absolutely
the year last
You
year.
loved it. It was
No,
in my
this
top
was
5 for
2021.
sure.
This is
It
like,
wasn't my favorite game of the year. I think it was in my top 5.
is
Though. It was
like-
high.
where was it? 2021 was it?
Yeah, I think it was
Yeah,
2021.
Yep.
Jeez.
I just looked it up.
So good. I love this game.
You loved it.
Okay.
Not much story, not much gameplay, but the music, rock, shredding the guitar, playing amazing music. The 4 hours of this game had me smiling the whole way through, and I can concur. I absolutely loved it. It's just
Oh,
so
that didn't really
brilliant.
come across there, Stu. Maybe say it again.
It was published by Annapurna, and they do interesting things with games. I don't always love their games,
It is
but they do some
brilliant.
interesting
It
things with
is
their games.
totally brilliant.
We know,
Anyway,
we
he
got
says,
we got that.
by
right.
the way, it's fucking amazing. Anyway, he says, loved
Do
it.
it.
Have you all played it? What do you think?
No, Stu did. If you haven't heard him gush about it,
No, I never played it.
ah,
That's all. I need to get ready for work. They're taking about 20 centimeters of snow this afternoon. Crap.
oh my goodness.
That will
Wow,
make
that's crazy.
for a fun drive home. Yeah, it will. Stay
They
safe.
do snow
Brian.
days in Japan.
Brian, if you hang on a bit, I'll tell you what episode Stu talks about it.
There you go.
Yeah, you will.
At your
It's good
service.
like
While
that.
he's doing that,
I
it's
know.
only fair if we're gonna do like offensive German accents. It's only fair that we do offensive Japanese accents. So here we go.
Oh, Jesus.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
Yeah, I don't think you should do that.
You
I think
punch
that's a-
up. We're punching up on
Yeah.
this show.
I
Yeah,
think
we're
that's
not
a
punching
step
up.
too far, kind of just.
It is a step too far. Although
Why,
Japan
though?
did commit some horrible atrocities in the 40s, so like
You know.
it is. It might also be in some ways.
The
but
episode
we
that you
also
mentioned
nuked
it-
them, so I think the nuking brought Japan down a little
Yeah.
bit, so we wouldn't be punching up if we
the
punching on
episode-
rubble if we nuked 2
Oh
cities.
my God, he's still talking about Japan.
I
Right, the
know, he's still
episode
talking.
that you talk about, episodes you talk about it, Stu,
Yeah.
The Artful Escape, are episode 610, What Car Did She Get? It's 611, It's a Big One, and 612, A Podcast Shortage, and then you mention it again in 626 in the Game of the Year 2022.
So what's quite
So
interesting,
there you
right?
go. We have a concordance for our listeners. It's dedication to customer
You know what?
service
You know
here,
what's
people.
quite revealing? You know what's quite revealing?
Go on.
I think when
Dress
I
you
play
wore to prom.
talk about the same game on consecutive shows, it means I like it, and I'm probably going to finish it.
Yeah.
That's probably what that says.
it makes me wonder if you have more to say about Jusson. Maybe you could, because you haven't really talked about that.
No, not until the Game of the Year show. Now that's done.
Hey.
Done until then.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. The next email this evening is from OG Micropeen, otherwise
Hey, what's up,
known,
Micropeen?
known as Jason Gallagher.
Oh, it is Jason.
Ah,
Gallagher.
it
I
is
was
Jason
wrong.
No,
Gallagher.
is it Jason
No.
Gallagher?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
Oh.
So he says, "What if I told you every word you say is being recorded?"
I mean, what it is.
Yeah, we said that at the start of the show.
It's being recorded.
Or you
Yeah, we
talking
do.
about like outside of the show?
Yeah. He says
We had 2
Kojima.
audio clips about recording.
Kojima is like an other creator out there. He stole the talking head, which you know from God of War, or your own weird personal experience. Me, I'm afraid of puppets and Joker makeup guitar dudes. But I want
Okay.
some Judas. Gotta go suck fudge through a VR straw later. What the fuck does any of that
I know
mean?
I know what that means.
What?
Hello.
You understand this email?
Yes.
Okay, I'm listening.
I'm guessing
Do
you have.
tell.
I'm guessing that you haven't watched the Death Stranding 2 trailer.
No, I haven't.
There's a Death Stranding 2 trailer.
There's
oh my
Death
God.
Stranding 2
Is it
coming
2
out?
babies being surrounded by oil or whatever the fuck it was.
Well, if you thought the first game was weird, this is
not just weird, Chinny. Weird and boring.
No, this is out there. So there's So Judas is, I think, a name of a game that Kojima is working on or was going to work on, or is this? I don't know. But there's a puppet in Death Stranding 2, and it's like a stop motion puppet that has like low frame counts in the game. It's very bizarre. And you know the baby?
You had me at puppet with low frame rates.
You know the
Yes,
baby?
Yeah.
Yeah. The baby in the.
I mean, I don't know him
bottle.
personally, but I know of
The baby is like a boss fight, and there you
Oh,
fight the baby.
sweet. Can't imagine that would be a very difficult boss fight. I mean,
You fight
most
a baby in a
babies would be
bottle.
easy
Is
to
this the thing?
destroy.
Is
So
this
then
what's
you,
happening?
but when you go and see some people, like you see them and they're all grey for some reason on a ship,
Oh, okay.
and that makes no sense. There's just a lot of weird stuff. It was like a 10-minute.
Why has the woman got hands
It's a glove.
as a necklace?
It's a glove,
Like,
something.
I don't know. It's
So
'Cause
the
it's Kojima.
So the game now is based in not just America, because it was kind of America, but not America, was it? But now it takes place in like Mexico and things like that. So
Dude.
yeah, it's very strange.
Big
And
hand fighting you.
also, one of the characters in the game is the director of Mad Max.
dude. Okay.
okay.
So basically, this game is fucking bonkers, and a lot of that email
Yes.
is what
I guess it's drawn right from that. Sure.
yeah, Jason Galher was talking about. So yeah, I did
Jason
you
Galher.
finish Death Stranding 1, didn't you, Stu?
Did I balls?
Did you balls? No.
No, I played. This was kind of a almost too weird for me, like for me game as well. It was just so fucking bizarre.
Yeah, it is.
I love the environments and I loved how it looked, and it was kind of cool to play. So all the sneaking around but it was just so fucking bizarre. It was absolutely bonkers.
Yeah. And it
Well,
was-
a lot of
this
people
wasn't
like
even for
that,
me.
and this is now going to up the ante and double down.
yeah, it's not getting any less bizarre. Put it that way.
No,
not
I
getting
can't
any more
imagine it
understandable.
does.
No,
Oh my
it's
God.
just crazy, really.
Yep.
It looks it.
Yeah.
It looks it.
And
What
also
the
Kojima,
hell?
the people, Kojima's working on another game, which is just an espionage spy type game, because everybody begged him to. So it's kind of like a Metal Gear, but not going to be a Metal Gear. And he said, "Oh, this is like a,
Oh my God! I've realised what the hands are. They're
a
like
face mask.
visor.
It's a face mask." Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Why?
Why not?
Well, I guess. I
And
don't.
that's
I
that
don't-
that old man there. That's the director of Mad Max.
I don't understand what's happening.
Yeah. Yeah. It's
But perhaps if we explain it, then it'd be assistance, because you see, these Germans are very good at explaining things.
yeah.
I can't explain this
Just
shit.
bizarre, isn't
Very
it?
strange. So
Yes.
if anybody hasn't seen
Here
it,
for the
the
sake of
Death
weird,
Stranding
man.
2 Revere trailer from the State of Play is because there's a State of Play.
It's Pomo. Post
Well, yeah, they showed, but
weird for the sake of weird.
they showed the Until Dawn remake trailer,
Yeah.
didn't they? Did you see this?
But they didn't show any. What's his name? What's the famous actor name? Rami Malek in it.
Ah, so
Yeah.
is he not agreed to be in the remake? I don't know if that's
Don't
a
know.
thing.
That'd be weird, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, because it was Haley Panettiere or whatever the hell she's called from Heroes, wasn't it? She was in it.
Who knows?
But it didn't. I'll be honest. I watched the comparisons, and some points of it I thought, because it was a comparison like the original to the new version. And I'll be honest, some of the original I thought looked better somehow. Because whenever they remake these games, I don't know whether this is just me. They always seem to remake them really dark. It's like you can't see stuff the same.
Because reality is very dark.
Right, it's
Well,
like more
baby.
realistic. It's
No,
more...
did you see that meme with all the Batman movies? It was like Batman in the 60s, is like perfectly clear, and then Batman 1989, a little darker. Dark Knight Returns, darker. And then it
Yeah.
gets to the Batman 2022 or whatever it was, and it's just like a black box.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's what this is like. It's almost like you can't make out the details anymore because it's got realistic lighting and shadows and all this bullshit. I actually preferred it when I could see shit. Do you know what I
Duchess
mean?
is trying to get my attention outside. I guess she needs to come in here or something.
Yeah. Go get it.
So I kind of preferred it when I could see stuff, but I don't know. We'll wait and see. I probably will play because I really liked Until Dawn, and it is coming to PC as well as the PS5.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll probably give it a go. Was there anything
Attention,
else?
everybody! The Duchess had to let me know she's going for a walk. So now,
All right.
All
I thought thought he was going to say a Wii. Then I was going to say that's a bit too much information.
No, she doesn't let me know about that. But if she's not around, I can get, it's weird. Especially when I get done with the podcast, I'm like, hello?
Oh my God, she's been kidnapped.
Sometimes she's just out for a walk or dealing with the animals or something in the barn. And sometimes she's hiding behind the couch. And I'm like, oh, man.
By the way,
I'm like, oh, my God.
Talking of kidnapped, has anybody watched American Nightmare on Netflix?
No, I don't.
Oh, my God. Your police are just awful. Truly
Wait a minute.
awful.
You got that from a fictional TV show?
No. This is a documentary.
Oh, this is a documentary? Okay.
Yeah,
well,
it's a
yes, that's
documentary.
true. You know the name Tamir Rice or Trayvon Martin or Sandra Bland or, there's lots and lots of black people who can tell you how terrible.
Well, there's that, but these aren't black people. These are just,
Oh, even white people are telling
So now you care, Stu.
Now we believe it. Yeah, exactly.
No,
you didn't care before.
Go ahead, Stu. Why
but
do
now
you
you care.
say this about American police?
It's just fascinating because basically this couple.
Don't spoil it if you're going to spoil it. I might watch it.
Well, it's really cool, but you can tell you the premise. So basically, this couple.
It's a Stu spoiler, which means total spoiler, but he's going to pretend like it's
get tied up in the middle of the night.
Right? Up in the middle of the night, yeah.
And then his girlfriend. And then the police don't believe him and say that he's killed her, and it basically just spirals from there. But it's kind of unbelievable when you find out what's actually going on. You're just like, oh my God, then police are.
I'll tell you what, Stuart, you should read a book called Just Mercy, and it'll blow your mind. And then read the new Jim Crow by Michelle Alexander. That'll make you.
And then Nimbus X by Eric Pietrowski.
Yeah, well, you should read that first.
So
that's the most important.
Just don't want to bring everything down, but I'm just going to take us back to video games, if that's okay.
Oh yeah, video games. I've forgotten about.
Trying to solve police brutality, Chinny. Jesus,
sorry about that.
Aren't you woke?
So the State of Play.
Okay.
This is the PlayStation stuff. They announced, obviously, Death Stranding 2 and Hideo Kojima action espionage game, which is basically a Metal Gear Solid successor, but not Metal Gear Solid. Dragon's Dogma 2, Stellar Blade, V Rising, Foam Stars, Rise of the Ronin, which looks interesting. Rise of the Ronin is sort of like I think it's sort of like an open world Ghost of Tsushima, but with guns sort of thing going on.
Right.
Dave the Diver, which is only on the PC, but now he's coming to the PlayStation. Judas, which is a game that is coming out. Until Dawn. Zenless Zone Zero. Sonic X Shadow Generations. There's some Silent Hill.
Oh my God, are they still making Sonic games?
I know, yeah, everybody loves him, but he's a fucking idiot. Talk about Nazis. Sonic's a Nazi. Silent Hill 2 remake. And then they also did a Shadow Drop. Are you aware of the term Shadow Drop?
I don't know what does that mean.
I'm not familiar with Shadow.
What does it mean, Mike?
It's like bloody talking to.
Well, we're old. We're fucking old people.
So a shadow drop is when they.
Well, I just don't follow every last thing that the fucking video game PR industry spews out.
A shadow drop is when they do one of these shows and they go, "Hey, we're PlayStation. Da, da, da. Here's a video game," and they showed a game called Silent Hill: The Short Message, right? And it was a first-person sort of Silent Hill scary game.
Okay.
And they go, "Looks pretty good, doesn't it? It's available now."
I get you.
Oh my God! They thought it was just first impressions, but it's actually
Yeah.
Okay.
They also announced, I think this is a VR game, Metro Awakening, which is a VR Metro game.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I did see the trailer for this. It looked alright.
Helldivers 2 and Legendary Tales. Those were the games that were announced at this PlayStation State.
Can I just say, I mean, OG Micropene has been trying all that, and for the first time he said something that I think is actually alright.
Go on.
I actually agree with it. He says, I'd rather step on a broken Lego than play another Sonic game.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
There you go. I absolutely agree.
So I'm playing a clip of Rise of Ronin on the stream now. It's sort of a mix between Assassin's Creed, Ghost of Tsushima, blah, 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 blah.
You got a glider, so it's like a...
Who's making this? Is this by the same people as Ghost of Tsushima?
I don't know, but I will tell you in a bit. Rise of Ronin. Team Ninja making it.
Oh, well, they've got pedigree. I mean, I ain't going to say this is going to be bad because they make good games.
That Nier was their sort of hit, wasn't it? And then obviously Ninja Gaiden before that. So they've made games.
Yeah.
They've made games before. Yeah, and Judas apparently. Oh, Judas! I know what Judas is now. Sorry, I just remembered.
Judas.
Remember Bioshock?
Oh, that's the bad thing. Is his new game, isn't it?
Ken
Levine.
Ken Levine.
Ken Levine. I had to think that it's been
yeah.
a long time.
It's been a long time. He wanted to just downscale everything. He didn't want to make a big game again, and then he's come up with Judas.
It looks more like Bioshock every time I see it.
Yeah, it does look like Bioshock. Yeah, to be fair, but I think that's cool. Obviously, the Until Dawn stuff. Plenty of stuff being announced, I guess. Even though the gaming industry's in a pretty shit state at the moment, but never mind. Hey ho.
Anyway.
Anywho.
So we have got one speak pipe off, not Derek.
Oh yeah.
To listen to, and then it's time to get out of here. So Duke,
Oh,
you'll do the honors.
Speak
pipe. It's the way to leave a message for us.
This is a speak pipe from Saint Diesel Gets Physical. Oh man, I should get the sound clip ready from the Revolting Cox version of Let's Get Physical. The remix, not the original, but whatever.
Hey, Veteran Gamers, it's Saint Diesel back again. This week at one of my local charity shops, I picked up a CD, a double disc CD, I guess, for £1. I was just quite pleased with, and it's called Solid Gold Hits, and that doesn't give much away, but it's by the Beastie Boys. I think it's a German pressing from the wording on the back, but it's basically the first disc is a CD with 15 tracks from across their career, and the second disc, which is a DVD, has 15 videos for all of the songs. I was quite pleased with that for £1. But thinking of some way to tie it to current story or video games, I've been hearing quite a lot online about the digital future as regards video games, but I guess it could apply to music and film as well. Basically, if you have a digital copy of something, not the physical version, you don't own it. You're basically just renting it or streaming it and licensing it from the providers. So basically, you've got a digital product, you've got nothing physical, and you'll be happy with that. But of course, the downside is that if they want to withdraw it or make sure you don't hear it, they can take it off the digital store at any time. And I just wondered, are you happy with the digital future? Have you embraced it? Have you accepted it? Or are you still clinging a bit to the physical side of things? I'll just leave it at that. Until next time.
Oh yeah, got the Beastie Boys there. So I have some thoughts about this, but I don't like to grab the mic right away. Go ahead, Stu.
I think it's a weird concept. I mean, this is already happening because there are games on Steam that regularly get delisted because they've got licensed music in them or something that they don't bother renewing the licenses for, so they can't sell the game anymore.
Yeah, Quantum Solace ought to be on Steam, but it's not.
This happened to remember the game Brutal Legend starring Jack Black, made by Double Fine?
Yes.
That had a Jimi Hendrix song in it, and that got taken off. You can't buy that game anymore.
This is the cause the caused by greedy bastards. People should be like, especially with Jimi Hendrix. God damn, y'all haven't made enough money off of his corpse yet. Just put his shit in this public domain, man.
Yeah.
I mean, his family, I guess, deserves the money, but whatever.
The only thing I would say, my understanding is if you've already purchased the game, though, you can still delete it and re-download it. It doesn't.
Right, sure.
It's not deleted for people who purchased it, but
right.
I think there will.
I can still play Rocket League, and that's not. I don't think that's on Steam anymore.
No, I don't think that's on Steam. But I do think there will come a time eventually when they will just, get rid of the games you purchased altogether when they don't want to use it anymore, and you won't be able to play it anymore. I don't think.
I mean, that is one way to cut costs, but it seems like
weird.
There's so much rage that will come with that it seems unlike. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, no, this has happened on Spotify. Like all of George Carlin's albums, all of Richard Pryor's albums, most of the Jerky Boys albums, they just vanished one day.
That's fine. That's in a way fine though, because you're just paying for the service for whatever's on there.
That's it's not fine.
It's not the same thing. It's not like you bought an individual album and then you suddenly can't listen to it anymore.
But nevertheless, when I was converting to Spotify, I went through and figured I didn't realize that they would just be randomly taking things out of their library. So I got rid of my George Carlin albums. I should have burned them all to MP3s and held on to them. I think that's messed up, and especially because it's these companies trying to bargaining, and it's been like 2 years now Like they're just holding out and hoping that they can get a little more money from this shit, and it's pathetic. It's like, come on, y'all. I want to be listening to George Carlin.
Do you know what though, Duke? I collect vinyl. I have obviously have a record player, a turntable. But you know what? No one's ever going to take that off me. I can just stick it on and
You're
listen
right. So maybe I should, buy some Carlin CDs.
So I would usually say like, oh, fuck physical, get over it, you fucking boomer, right? Guess what I did this week?
What did you do this week?
Did you buy a record player?
I bought a DVD.
Nice.
Oh my goodness.
Who does that anymore?
I know.
Yeah, really. Which DVD?
The hell?
So, I've already talked about this show already, but I'm obsessed with this show called The Thick of It. Right. Obsessed.
All right. Okay.
I'm obsessed with it. So I'm just trying, and they'll never make another one, ever. The show is done. It ends because in Britain we stop while we're at the top with our comedy. We don't.
That's right.
Drag it out.
We do it properly.
Like the last
Again,
season.
suck all the money you can out of.
Can I say? And I know you hate the show, but even Gavin and Stacey did that. You know, there was no fucking about extending it as long as they could.
No,
it came to a natural end. And that was it. I mean, they've done 2 Christmas specials, but other than that,
Christmas specials are fine. But like even Armin Fools and Horses like came back and did a season. It's like, what are you fucking doing? Stop it.
Yeah.
Anyway, The Thick of It will never get made. They'll never make another one. They'll never do a Christmas special. It's over. So I'm just sort of trying to drain every little bit. So I'm like, oh, there's commentary. And yes, you can watch all the commentary on YouTube, but you can't watch it with the show. I'll have to sync it up. And I'm like,
that's true.
And also,
that's
just
true.
in January 1st, 2024, The Thick of It moved from Now TV to BBC iPlayer, so it's completely free if you pay your license and you live in the UK. And so I was like, oh my god, I'm obsessed with this show again. It's by far the greatest comedy sitcom ever made. I've watched it about 10 times all the way through, and I keep spotting new things. So I'm just like, I'm going to buy the DVD. So I've always got it. I'm just going to put it in my Xbox and I'm just going to leave it because I never use the disc drive in my Xbox anyway.
Yeah,
and I'm just going to watch it. And then the only other DVD that I own is the Back to the Future trilogy because that also has the commentary. If digital releases had commentary, I wouldn't care. But the commentary I love.
Sure.
I don't watch commentary for like a stupid film like
filmmaking techniques. Like, we shot this from a
no,
low
I don't know.
What did you think? I can tell that by where the camera is.
Do you know?
But I love the commentary on a show that you love, and then you get to hear the people talk about it more. And you're like, fuck, or sometimes they just go, oh,
Simpsons commentaries are
I was so fucking ill this day, or something like that. There's a scene in Back to the Future 3 where Doc Brown is really ill. And you wouldn't know it, and I was like, but for some reason that's really special to me that I know that. I don't know why.
Yeah. You see, I think one of the best commentaries I've ever heard is on Fight Club. I just think that's one of the funniest commentaries ever on a film.
Have you seen what's that bloody Armageddon? You know Armageddon? Have you seen that clip?
I know the movie.
If you go on TikTok or something, if you Google it, you can find it. But basically, Ben Affleck is doing the commentary, right? And it's fucking hilarious because I think he's a bit high, and he's like,
nice.
"Oh my god!" I said to Michael Bay, why is it easier to train drillers to be astronauts rather than trying astronauts?" And he's like, "You know what, Ben? Just shut up, Ben." So he's like really taking the piss out of the film. Anyway, I usually I'm all digital. I don't really care. And I agree with you, Stu. If you're subscribing to a service like Netflix or Game Pass or whatever, you have to accept the fact that whatever is on there will one day be on.
And it is a double-edged sword because you get access to the entire library. You don't have to do a la carte purchases, and the convenience is just incredible. So I accept that. The negative is the Russian roulette of what's going to be around and what's not. And when we were like, hey, we want to watch this movie, like, where is it? And like, you got to search around, like, where is it streaming? I don't have that service and whatever.
Yeah.
So we
that's always slightly annoying, isn't it?
It's more. It becomes like, which service are we going to watch tonight rather than which movie are we going to watch? Right. But speaking of commentaries, the best audio commentary ever recorded for a movie. I will fight people about this. It's Spinal Tap. Did y'all ever see that?
Is it in character? Is it in character?
Do yourself a favor. It's in character, and it's all improv. Yeah. It's like another movie. Like, and the whole time they're like, look, this is so fucking ridiculous, right? Why do they have to show the plane crashing every time? Why can't they show the time that the plane landed? Did we have a plane crash on this tour? No, I'm speaking like metaphorically. It's brilliant. Do yourselves a favor, people.
Wow.
Go out and find the movie, put it on, and then find the commentary on YouTube.
I wish commentary was available.
The Duchess and I are doing that on Friday.
I wish commentary was available on digital platforms. Like, I don't know why it isn't.
absolutely.
It's because they want retention, right? They want people to be like on their platform more. They would double everything if they put commentary on.
I mean, some commentary. I mean, that's the thing, is a lot of commentary just wasn't worth it. It was just stupid. It was just the director talking.
but like
for the sake of
somebody,
talking. But those
somebody's gonna
20% that are worth it. Like, no.
Yeah, but
I
like
agree.
if they did it on all shows, somebody who loves that show, they'll, you know.
I just think that the investment, like the nerds who watch The Office over and over again, they're going to keep watching The Office. You're not going to get more draw
but
there.
that deserves.
And I don't think the general public is going to be drawn by that. So the amount of work it would take compared to the payoff, I just
I
don't
don't know. I think like a show like the Office, like, you know, 9 seasons, people love it. There's got to be like about 30-40% of people that be like, yeah, I'll watch it with commentary just to get more information about this show that I've watched.
But they're probably
10
already
times.
subscribing to that service and aren't likely to unsubscribe.
I don't know.
Do I need to bring Bob back in here?
No, don't bring Bob.
No, don't bring Bob.
No, it's okay. But the other thing I'll say about that, no, wait, hang on.
Okay.
Beastie Boys. I was just listening to Hold It Now, Hit It, so thank you, Saint Diesel. And in case anybody doesn't know, the Beastie Boys started out as a punk rock group, but they started hearing about and getting involved with hip hop, and they're like, we should do a hip hop album. And they're like, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. And so they did, and it was one of the greatest hip hop albums of all time. There you go.
There you go. There you go.
There you go.
Yeah, what I was going to say is, you know, everyone bangs on about what's going to be the next vinyl revival, because obviously...
Sorry, I did not mean to click that. Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah,
revival.
Everyone bangs on about what's going to be the next vinyl revival. And I read a story the other day saying about cassette tapes, right? And I'm like, no.
Well, no, there are actually, I have students who are like, I'm really into cassettes. And I'm just like,
but why? Because the
Why?
sound quality
It's totally
is
hipster.
awful.
Sound quality
It's a
sucks.
hipster thing,
They got ate by the thing. It is a total hipster.
They reel out, and then you have to wind them back in with your pencil, and then they never play the same again. And then there'll be a bit of the tape where he goes, because it's all fucked up.
The only good thing about audio cassette
There's nothing
tapes
good
is that
about cassette tapes.
The only good thing about audio cassette tapes is that they gave us the phenomenon of the mixtape.
Yeah,
right?
and they
It
also
was the
we
first
could
time-
record stuff, couldn't we? We could record.
Right. It was the first time you could actually record stuff like off the radio and like off of LPs and stuff. So people, you know, really
And put them in your car.
It gave the opportunity for I mean, there were 8 tracks for the car, but you could do your own mixes for the car, and it gave people the chance to do like little remixes. I was actually doing remixes on audio cassette tapes.
I get
Now,
all that. I
We've
do,
obviously
but
got
now-
better technology now. Right, exactly. Now there's no reason to me fucking
Vinyl, I can totally understand, because vinyl records still sound
No.
great through a decent
No,
amplifier and
stop
a
it.
decent
Get the
They
fuck
do.
out of here. 95% of people who are listening cannot tell the difference between an MP3 that is very high quality and vinyl.
It doesn't
recording.
matter.
Go
It
shove
doesn't
out
matter.
your
It's
ass.
not. No.
It does matter. It's all placebo
It's
effect. You
not.
think you're getting better
No.
quality.
No.
Yes.
It's
You're
nothing
wasting a
to
lot
do.
of money.
Right
It's
into the
nothing to
show,
do.
do you think vinyl is a bunch of shit or actually better?
I'm not saying it's a
No.
bunch of shit. Look, if you like the aesthetics of the when you put the needle on the record and
It
stuff, and like
is. It's not-
feeling,
it's
that's
not
fine.
relevant,
That's fine.
right?
That's nothing to do with sound
Nostalgia.
quality, though.
Well, I never
That's
said it
nothing to
was.
do
You
with
didn't give me a
sound
chance to finish, did you?
Okay. Well, I thought no. You said sound quality.
No, there is not. I said the sound quality is
I'm
not
gonna-
that different. I said
Oh,
it's
I'm
not
sorry.
that
I guess
different.
I misheard you. My bad. Okay.
I
fine.
said the sound quality is still great. It's not like a tape that
Okay.
sounds shit.
Well, okay, fine, sure.
So
fine.
vinyl on what I said on vinyl through a
Right.
decent amplifier with decent speakers and a decent turntable still sounds amazing.
Yeah, a lot
So-
of money for what you should just spend in
But-
MP3s.
But I was gonna say it's that crackle when you put
Yes.
a record
Right.
on, you get that crackle, and it's
Well,
that
you
bit
know
of
what?
nostalgia.
When I
and
play
obviously
the when I
it's- oh,
play
God.
the Babeltron first track of their first album, it's got the crackle on it because it's part of the recording. So you can get that anytime you want.
Brilliant.
Not the same
But
thing.
no, it's not the same.
But by the way, did we
Same.
talk about this before here?
Not
Since
the
we're going off
same.
on tangents and Chinny's falling asleep.
No.
Take a
sorry.
guess. How many grooves does the average vinyl LP have?
Oh, that's such a stupid trick question.
Yeah, it is. It's a fun question.
There's only
Yes, it's
one groove. It's just
spiral.
one groove.
Wow.
But somebody out there listening was like, "Ooh, 500." My students are always like 10,000. I'm like, "Nope,
Yeah,
one."
One.
They're like,
It's just
"What?"
one groove. But
Anyway,
what's cool
we're done.
is like it's better quality than a CD. Just saying. Anyway, let's do some shout outs and get the hell out of here.
It's time for a shout out. Hey!
So there you go. I'm going to give my first shout out to Vinyl Records because they sound great, regardless of what Duke says. So there you go.
I didn't say they don't sound great. They don't sound any different from a high quality MP3.
Are we still doing this?
It's not the same. It's not the same. I have got. Can I say? I have
will
got
have the
one
last word,
gripe.
goddammit.
I have got one gripe about modern day vinyl records. All right, and this is
Go
my gripe.
ahead,
This
make
is
it
a
quick.
gripe. When
Yes.
you used to get a record back in the day, Duke, very occasionally you would get a double album, but most of the time they just banged all that shit on one side and on the other side, and it was done full album, wasn't it?
Yeah.
These days, because they want it to be better quality pressings and recordings, all that bullshit, you get 2 tracks on the side and then 2 tracks, and you end up with like every album's a double album or a triple album.
You know why that's the case, though, right? Because 90% of the people who buy vinyl these days are audiophile hipster douchebags, and they're gonna demand that kind of thing. So
I ain't got time to be bloody turning a record over every 2 tracks.
But you are the minority of vinyl purchasers.
This sounds like 2 old people arguing about which war was better. They're arguing about which war was better, which we all know. Basically, it was a horrible time, and no one cares now. Right?
Stu, can you believe these kids today? They don't appreciate the differences in vinyl.
Yeah,
We're not going back to vinyl. We're not going back to cassettes. It's over.
All
We
right,
don't
any other
own
shout outs
cassettes.
from
Fuck
Stu?
cassettes. Fuck cassettes.
Any other shout outs?
Yeah, I'm gonna. As offensive as he's been, I'm assuming it's a he and
It's
not
not
a
been
she.
offensive.
Yeah, it's done some
Me?
sort of.
I'm
some
very
okay.
offensive. I was
Some
offensive to
offensive
Japanese people, offensive
Some
to German
offensive stuff.
people, offensive to. You were calling someone a nonce?
I'm
That's
going to shout
offensive.
out OG Micropeen. I'm going to give him a shout out. He has steadily like chatted all night
Yeah, he's
long.
been going.
And,
Isn't chatting like usually?
can I
like two
say,
people?
I don't know whether it's due to him, but it's the most listeners we've had on Twitch in as long as I can remember.
That's not hard, is it?
No, we
I
got
can't
5
imagine-
though. Got 5
I can't
on
imagine
Twitch.
that he would have anything to do with that. Is that like
I don't
Twitch is
know.
like, hey, tune in now. There's a
Yeah.
guy
There's
making
a guy
weird
just
random.
making weird comments constantly.
Ooh, I gotta see that.
Yeah. Yeah. No,
Although if people are on YouTube and they hear about this guy over on Twitch, they might switch over. I
I
guess.
think high
up two
profile
windows.
streamers are safe. Do you know what I mean? I think they're
Yeah, I
okay.
think so. I think so.
Nah, man, we're coming for you, PewDiePie.
Chinny, over to you.
Yeah, obviously.
What do you want to say about vinyl?
Shout out to my brother-in-law for turning
Yeah.
older. I won't say.
I thought he was
older.
going to say turning up.
Turning up. Yeah, it turned up. Yeah. I don't know. Shout out to the patrons because they've been very patient because I haven't sent out their t-shirts yet. Sorry,
No,
sorry.
You're a horrible person.
Robert Wilcox messaged me saying, "You still sending the fucking things?" And I was like, "Yeah. I'll send them out. I'm sorry. So yeah, thanks for your patience. I don't want to say I've got a baby, but I've got a baby.
Look, you can't use that
wrong with
excuse
having
for
a baby.
everything.
Yes,
just
I
say.
can. Yes, I can.
No, you can't.
Why did you murder that guy? I've got a little baby.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's what the guy who just got kicked out of Congress said. George Santos. You see that when he was like going
No.
through the halls of Congress? He had stolen all kinds of money from like homeless veteran charities and all this stuff. And this reporter was like, Mr. Santos, why'd you steal all that money from homeless people? And he's like, I'm holding a baby. How dare you ask me these questions while I'm holding a baby? And someone goes, is that your baby? And he said, not yet.
What?
Wow.
What the fuck?
What the hell does that even mean?
He's the most psychotic person that's ever been in Congress, and they finally kicked him out. And it was a beautiful day because we all agreed, Republican, Democrat, conservative, liberal, this guy's got to go. So don't tell me we can't cross that divide when we need to.
Wow.
Gotta go. Right.
Anyway, Chinny, I stepped on your shout-outs.
Yeah, you did.
That was about it.
Oh, I'll do
Okay, I will shout out Tainted Brain. I will shout out Antonio because he was trying to play a little Rocket League, but I didn't have time. I will shout out Sumu and Marcanix and Defoe for playing Enshrouded, even though I haven't had a chance to play with them in a minute. Jacinta's showing love from Australia. And I think I had another shout out in my little note app here. Hang on. VG shout outs. Yeah, Jacinta, Marcanix, and Defoe. I already said that. Saying thanks to St. Diesel as always for sending in speak pipes. He's so reliable. We love having those speak pipes. Other people, please send us speak pipes. All you got to do is search speak pipe Veteran Gamers UK. You'll find it. And everybody who sent emails. I can't remember all the people who did, but you know who you are. We love you. And everybody who chats in the chat during our chat. We love you too. And everybody listening out there, we're lucky to have such a great community.
we like the
cheers
speak
for
pipe.
being awesome, y'all.
I think
Yeah.
OG Micropeen should send us a speak pipe for next week.
Yeah, let's hear your voice, buddy.
Let's hear your voice, and I reckon it'd be
You can
pretty
use a
bizarre.
voice changer if you want to.
Yeah, you can.
Play a game. That's fine.
Be careful what you wish for.
All right, are we done?
I think we're done.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks for
All
listening.
right, show's over. No refunds. You heard the robot. Get out.
Won't you? Won't you? Won't you? Why don't you? Why don't you just switch off the television set and go and do something less boring instead? Sitting at home, watch TV, turn it up, smoke some Why don't you? Why don't you?
Oh man, I had it right here and I didn't play it when I was talking about Dominion, man.
Gameplay magazine called it punishingly intricate.
There you go. Is that what it is?
Well, actually, this one's a little better.
It's the 9th highest selling multiplayer figurine-based strategy fantasy sequel game in history.
Although I guess that's Gloomhaven more than whatever. Anyway, I gotta finish responding to these parent emails. Ugh. Why are these parents sending me all this email? Just because I sent an email first saying please get in touch? That doesn't mean I want to hear from you. Leave me alone.
Be careful what you wish for, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. But it actually saves me trouble later on if there's a problem with the kid, because then I have a good relationship with the people who have communicated already. And if they didn't get in touch, I can be like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Well, I
before
gave you the
start complaining
chance.
about how
I
I
gave you
run
the
my class.
chance.
No, not even that. If you're having a complaint about how I run my class, let's talk about how I gave your kid a letter to give you at the start of the semester. Did he give you that? No? Oh, maybe we need to start the conversation there.
Wow. You are
Yeah,
tough.
I'm ready.
I bet those
Bring it.
parents hate coming to parents teacher evening. They're like, oh God, we've got
No,
to
they
see
love coming to see me.
Hey,
The ones who come
Trowski
are like, he
bloke
loves your
again.
class.
Ugh.
He's so much. When I ask him how school was, he always starts by talking about your class.
There you go.
So, you know,
Okay.
it's all good. He said you did a TED Talk.
He wrote a
right.
book.
He wrote 6 books.
Wrote loads of
God damn.
books. And they're all
God damn.
great.
Is your TED Talk
Now-
available on YouTube?
Not yet. It's going to be at some point, but I haven't gotten.
Because I
the link to it.
filmed
Well,
a
as soon
TED
as I do,
Talk. I
I'll
filmed a
pass
TED
it
Talk,
on.
so I have to deal with all the restrictions that they give you, but
Yeah,
they
sure.
all have to be filmed, don't they? So
Yeah, they do. They took some pictures, and thank God they took them from the side so that my bulbous stomach is in full profile view. Thanks a
Nice.
lot. Ugh.
I requested
And I
that.
keep thinking about the line from
Yeah.
thanks, Chinny.
No worries.
I keep thinking of the line from Brooklyn Nine-Nine where Jake is, I don't know what he's talking about, something he knows a little bit about, and he's like, "Should I give a TED Talk?" And Rosa goes, "It doesn't seem any more meaningless than all the other TED Talks."
Yeah. Bam.
So
Bazinga.
there you go.
Bazinga. Right. I will let you both
All right, people.
go.
Yeah, have a good week.
Have a good week.
Peace in the Middle East. Like, for real, could we please have a ceasefire in Gaza? Come on, Israel, stop.
Yeah, it's probably not happening. Right.
No.
I will.
All right, good night.
Good
Peace out.
night.
Bye.